78 on the calendar in the matter of Nelson versus Perry. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Mr. and Mrs. Nelson, the defendant is your former son-in-law.
Yes.
Married to your daughter. Is this
Yes,
your daughter?
ma'am.
They were divorced and they have children.
Yes,
How many
ma'am.
children do they have?
4.
Your lawsuit claims that pursuant to the judgment of divorce, your son-in-law was court-ordered to pay 60% of, among other things, child care costs for
Yes,
the
ma'am.
children so that your daughter could work.
Yes, ma'am.
And that it was decided that you would be the child care providers for the children,
Yes, ma'am.
and that your son-in-law owes you for child care. Your daughter works off her 40% of the child care by working in your family business.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Son-in-law says the choice of child care provider was unilaterally taken away from him, and I'll get to his defense in a moment. When were you divorced, sir?
Last year, November 7th.
And at that time, was your wife employed?
Yes.
And who was watching the children at that time?
The hours were set up to where I watched them when she's at work and she watched them when I was at work.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Just a minute. And if there were ever any problems with babysitting, who babysat for the children?
Her parents or my mother.
Why don't you step up here for a moment?
Okay.
How old are your children?
I have a 3-year-old, twins that are 8, and a 9-year-old.
When did you make arrangements with your parents to babysit for your children?
While we were married, there was a lapse in between our shifts, and my parents would come out for an hour and a half until I got home. And then when he moved out, I needed them to come at 11:30 p.m. and watch them all night long until I got home at 9 o'clock in the morning.
When they came for that hour and a half, prior to the two of you separating, were they paid any money?
No, they used their gas and everything to come out there for nothing.
I just asked you. They weren't paid any money.
Sorry.
They came out to take care of their grandchildren.
Right, they did.
And then, when you were working at night, they would come to your house to sleep?
Right.
And you didn't ask for any money from your daughter, did you?
That was when we started being actually paid cash for the babysitting.
Who paid you cash?
Well, the logic of the divorce was Bill was to pay part of it and my daughter was to pay part of it.
Was that discussed with Bill?
It was court-ordered, ma'am.
Oh, it was not court-ordered that you were to be the babysitter. That's not what I asked you.
No, it was
I
not.
asked you, were you paid any money?
No.
And when was it that you began to be compensated?
When the divorce was final
In November.
in November, and we had to take over watching the kids on a 40-hour basis.
When for the first time was it discussed with your former son-in-law that you were going to be babysitting for your grandchildren and expect payment?
I have never discussed that with my son-in-law as far as a cash payment, ma'am. When we were first babysitting for them, when they were still married, the agreement was he would keep our vehicles in running order for our business because that was his line of work in exchange for us babysitting the children.
You mean you had actually an arrangement as far as that was concerned?
Yes, ma'am.
As grandparents?
Yeah.
You had a business arrangement, a
Yes.
barter arrangement. You would barter, he took care of the cars at the times that you filled in for babysitting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what was your daughter doing for you in exchange for babysitting for your
She
children?
works at our donut shop.
What?
We have a donut shop. Sometimes she comes in and she'll fry, sometimes she'll ice. Other times, if our vehicle isn't running, we use her vehicle to deliver with.
Who had a conversation with him with regard to your taking over full-time babysitting responsibility starting in January of 2001? You did.
Yes, actually, Your Honor, my parents didn't start watching the kids again until the end of May.
May of what year?
This last year.
And what conversation did you have with your former husband about your parents taking over that responsibility?
At the time, he wanted me to let his girlfriend watch the kids. I didn't feel comfortable with that, and I found a friend that would watch it for $440 a month total, and he wasn't comfortable with that. That left me with no other choice but to go back with my parents. And I discussed it with my parents. They told me to tell him that if he would come over and keep the maintenance up on their vehicles, that would be the deal. He said no way. He refused. He got upset.
Well, you got somebody who was not related to you to take over the babysitting responsibilities, you know, during the overlap time for $440 a month. And your parents want how much?
880.
880. Where did you come up with that figure?
Well, because we would have to drive to Star and watch the kids there. We would have to bring the youngest one back to our house so that we could continue taking care of the things we had to do. Then we would have to go back to Star to pick the kids up after school. And then we would have to go back to our place so that Tammy could come over and pick them up. And we would take the kids to all their doctor's appointments or anything they had to do at
You're
school.
the grandparents. That's what grandparents do. What was wrong with his fiancée?
Well, I have a letter that she gave me telling me my kids weren't wanted. I have him on tape telling me that he doesn't want to see his kids. And I went to pick him up one time when he had them for the weekend, and they were all in the house. Him and her were in the bedroom taking a nap, and my 2-year-old was 3 houses down by himself, heading towards a busy street. And I just didn't feel comfortable with her having them on
That's
a regular
good reason.
basis.
If that happened, that's a very good reason. You're absolutely right.
Linda and Floyd Nelson say their daughter's ex-husband, Bill Perry, owes for his share of daycare costs. Bill says Linda and Floyd are the babysitters, and he doesn't approve.
Now, what was wrong, Mr. Perry, with this friend that she got to watch the children for $440 a month?
I do not know these people, Your Honor.
You may not know them. Did you say to her, I'd like to meet them? I'd like to meet this friend, spend some time with this friend before I agree?
No,
Did you
I did
say
not.
that?
No, I did not.
Why not?
At the time, I had my fiancée, which was willing to watch them.
That's not a good idea. So, Mr. Perry, while I am sympathetic with your position that your in-laws have overcharged the amount, I do think that you were being short-sighted and got a bug in your bonnet when you said, forget this stranger, because your former wife, who's the mother of these 4 children, I am certain would not want to leave the children with anyone who was not capable of babysitting for them. And just because you say, well, I have somebody who's going to do it for a lot less, my girlfriend.
Your Honor, I
Yeah.
never... Your Honor?
Yeah, I'm waiting.
I never claimed to not want to pay the person she has talked about. If I would have received a bill in the mail, I would have sent my money to them. I said I had somebody else that could babysit my...
Girlfriend.
Correct.
Listen to me, Mr. Perry. Put your hand down. Listen to me, Mr. Perry. If you said to your former wife, I'm married, I am in a solid relationship, we've been married for a year or 2, she stays home, she likes the children, they like her, this is going to be a forever thing as far as I'm concerned, let's try to save as much money as we can, my wife will take care of them. I assume that your marriage to your former wife was your first one, is that right?
Correct.
It didn't work out 4 children later.
Correct.
Now you have a girlfriend. There is even more of a likelihood that this isn't going to work out with your girlfriend forever. I think she is perfectly justified in saying, I don't want his girlfriend to babysit for my children. Put your hand down. By the same token, Mr. and Mrs. Nelson, I think it's overreaching. I think you're overreaching a little bit. I think that what you're doing is saying to your daughter, listen, come and put a little frosting on the cake every once in a while. You work off your 40%. We want to be good people. You know, we want to be good grandparents. But you really don't charge your daughter for her 40% of this child care bill. But if you had somebody to babysit for your children for $440 a month, he would be responsible for 60% of that. Okay. It's about $264 a month that he would be responsible for. That's pretty reasonable, isn't it, sir?
Yes, it is.
Good. That's what he's going to pay you for babysitting.
That's fine.
Good. May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. It's 8 months. $2,112. So from now on, Mr. Perry, if you don't want to get into any difficulty, it seems to me that you make those payments on time. She says, fine. Not they. I'm not interested in the plaintiffs. Your wife said that would be fine.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And she's the only one who is a party to the court order ordering you to pay 60% of the daycare. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So right now you owe them $2,112, and I suggest that you keep that money up every month as long as they take care of the children. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Want to have anything else to do with her, nothing to do with the children.
If they would have sent me a bill on daily or a monthly basis, I probably would have paid.
He's seen him 4 times in 6 months. I can't help it.
One of the children is not his biological child, and he has to pay child support and daycare on that child.
He hated her, he didn't want to see the kids.
Didn't go like I thought it would, that's for darn sure.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Schmidt versus Meads. Step forward, please.
27-year-old financial advisor Ray Schmidt is suing his former friend, 28-year-old waitress Christy Meads, for an unpaid loan of $1,000. Christy says they were much more than friends, and the money was a gift.
Mr. Schmidt, you claim a loan to the defendant in the amount of $1,000. The defendant acknowledges that you gave her $1,000. She said it was just that. It was a gift from a friend. So tell me when you gave her the $1,000, what it was for, and how you know her.
I originally met Miss Mavis in early part of June. I was introduced through a direct selling company, and our relationship kind of grew from there. We did become friends. We saw one another at different functions, and the way it happened is she and I became friends. And
just social friends, not romantic friends.
No, just social friends. And
That's not true.
just a minute.
Through the course of our relationship, she promoted my business, and she got me a few clients. I actually have a copy of the account apps for these clients that she helped get me.
Did you pay her for her service?
No, ma'am.
You never went out socially, is that right?
That's not true. We did go out socially, a group of us. After meetings, we would go to have cocktails after meetings.
How many people in this group?
Usually anywhere from 6 to 10.
So it was a large group. So you weren't intimate social friends? You never went out to dinner alone together?
Yes, we had.
Oh, you did that too?
Yes, ma'am.
How many times did you go out for dinner, just the two of you?
Never dinner, a few lunches.
But never dinner?
Never dinner.
Never dinner. That's funny.
Okay. So that, would there be any reason why she would perform a business function for you that was financially remunerative for you without billing you?
Yes, because we were friends.
So now let's get to the $1,000 and the why.
She wanted to open up a direct sales office in Las Vegas. And when she went to go do this, she was a little bit short on cash. So I offered, let me loan you the $1,000.
Who brought up the amount?
I asked her, how much do you think you'd need?
Okay.
So it was agreed that she would pay me $500 2 weeks, because we got paid on a 2-week basis through this company, and then the other $500 the next 2 weeks after that.
And she went and she didn't pay you back the money?
No.
And that's why you're here. You have anything else to tell me?
I did, because she brought me these clients, I did, in fact, purchase a dress for her. It just so happened that...
That's the dress, I assume. I didn't know what that show and tell was. Go ahead.
So here's the receipt for that.
How much did you pay for the dress?
It was $64.86.
Okay. Now let's hear your version of the events, madam.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor? Put the schmata over there. Go ahead.
Okay. I did meet him through a mutual friend that brought him into our office. That's true. And yes, I did help him get clients because he was a very nice young man when I met him. He did try to pursue me in a romantic way, and he had a girlfriend at the time. So for quite some time, I wasn't taken by it. However, he told me that he broke up with her, which later I found out from her calling me that they never broke up. But I did bring in one of the loving cards he gave me as just a business friend, and I don't know if you'd like to read that.
I'd like to see it.
It's definitely not just a friendship card.
Ray, remember this card? Shh.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okie dokie. It's hard to find a love like this, a sharing love, an honest love, a love that's so rare, so beautiful. She's a business friend.
She helped me through a tough time. She had some books and some insight, and that was able to help me take my life to another level.
So you owed her a lot.
Yes.
Now, I read the card. Keep it going.
Yeah. So basically, when I was thinking about moving to Las Vegas, he offered to lend me this money. At first, I was like, no, no, no. And then he told me he believed in me, so he was going to give me this money. I came back to Newport Beach, And one of his friends told me that he was back together with Lana. Now, I'd pretty much talked to him every single day, probably a couple times a day. He was, you know, we had grown a relationship. I basically got very upset about it. I was out with him and one of his other ex-girlfriends, who I was actually helping him with for the business. Yeah, he stays friends with a lot of those. And she was the one who told me that him and Lana were back together, and I was like, So basically, I just decided at that point I just wanted nothing to do with him anymore. And then I got a phone call from Lana who told me that they never broke up.
Let's go back a little bit. When you first started to speak, you said he offered to lend me this money. He offered to lend me this money. Now, I think that at that point, when you said that, you realized that you misspoke.
No, I turned him down.
What did you say to him?
I was a very proud person. I didn't want to take his money.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
You said, I'm too proud, I don't want to take your money.
Yeah, I've never taken money from anybody.
And then what happened?
He said he wanted to give me $1,000.
Yes.
That was when he told me, I believe in you. And I told him, okay.
So what you're telling me is you're basically a very proud person. You've never taken money from anybody, but you were willing to take this as a gift, but not a loan.
Because I really liked him.
Miss Meaves, Mr. Schmidt may not be a very nice person. He may have deceived you. He may have deceived the old girlfriend. He may like to string along a lot of ladies at one time, but he loaned you this money. You know he loaned you this money. I now know he loaned you this money, and that the reason you decided not to pay him back this money was because you felt as if he was deceptive and didn't deserve to get it back. Because if I believe anything that you say, you want me to believe everything that you say. So if you tell me that you are a proud person and you never take money from anybody, then that kind of person would have said, I will accept a loan from you that I will pay back, but I'm not accepting a gift from you because that would mean that I was not a proud person.
Right.
And doesn't take anything from anybody. So I don't believe you. Anyway, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,000. That's all.
Parties are excused.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Romanchek, Humphreys versus Romanchek. Step forward.
53-year-old homemaker Mary Romanchek and her fiancé, Stephen Humphreys, are suing Mary's son, 18-year-old student Jason Romanchek, for a car loan, a computer, and emotional distress. Jason says the car was a birthday present.
According to your complaint, the defendant, your son, took a car that was yours when he left your home, and in addition, he ruined a computer, and he gave you a lot of aggravation, so you want to be compensated for that.
Yes, Your Honor.
All to the tune of $5,000. So tell me first about the car, which your son says was a gift to him.
Okay, Your Honor, I have a receipt, but the car is mine.
Well, that's a conclusion.
Okay.
When was the car purchased?
It was purchased a long time ago. Jason stole the pink slip, and he stole the...
When was the car purchased?
Where is it?
Do you know?
Around March 29th or so.
Of this year?
Yeah.
Now, the title to the car is in your name and your son's name. How much did you pay for the car?
$2,500 something, $3,000.
Ms. Romanchek?
Yes.
Your lawsuit involves a car. Get out the receipt for the car so you can show me how much you paid for the car.
Your Honor, I cannot give you receipts for the car because Jason took it.
Then you must know how much you paid for the car. How do you expect me to decide a lawsuit?
I have a little piece of paper in my suitcase that I didn't know I was needed that. A little piece of paper in my little black suitcase.
Get it.
Where is the suitcase?
I haven't a clue. I'm not a
Shield
suitcase
label.
monitor.
Thank you.
Come this way, man.
Could I see the piece of paper, please?
And here it is, the price of what was in the vehicle.
This says you paid $7,450 for the car.
You must have the wrong one.
Oh, then I must have it. But I was purchasing two vehicles, Your Honor. One van for me, and second car for me is that little one, that little white car.
Did you give her the wrong one?
That's the only one I have because Jason took my...
Whatever. Well, but this is very good that you showed me this because this is very, very good. So at the time you purchased two cars, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You purchased a car for $7,450, and that was your car, and then you purchased another car, and then I assume you put the title to that car in your name. Is that right?
Oh, yeah, I put it on my name and my fiancé name. Yes.
Fine.
Because we are
And
going to
this-
be driving.
And the second car you purchased, you put in your name or your son's name.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you say your son subsequently left the home. When did he leave your house?
August of 15.
And he took the car with him?
And no, not right away, Your Honor. Then he came back on August of 18 and brought a tow truck with him and cut 2 clubs. And
he took the car?
And he took the car, yes.
Jason, you say this car was a birthday present for you. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me about that.
They said I can use and keep the car as long as I keep good grades in school, which I have. And then an incident between her and her squirrel that she caught. I wasn't going to feed it because it was her responsibility.
To feed a squirrel?
Yes.
Go ahead.
And then she went all crazy over it. And then suddenly she just went in my room and just broke the keyboard off the computer. And then she just said that I had to leave or just do whatever she said.
So you left and you wanted to take the car?
Yes.
Who has insurance on this car?
Right now there's no insurance.
Who's driving it?
I'm driving it, but
Well, how can you drive a car that has no insurance, Jason?
I didn't want to get insurance because I don't know what the whole deal because of this court thing.
Did you change the title on the car?
We found out that we couldn't because she already changed it somehow.
You changed the title just to your name?
Yes, Your Honor. When Jason left, I went to...
Just a second.
Sure.
You went to Motor Vehicles and had the car changed to your name only?
Yes, Your Honor.
So get the police to go and get the car. What do you want from me? I'm not going to make an order for him to pay you for the car.
I went with the policeman. He did not give it car to us.
He said it was a civil matter.
The policeman said that.
No, it's not a civil matter. If you have the title to a car, you haven't gotten the complete title yet. Because right now all that's there is a title that's in both names, right? But you went and changed that to your name.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you should get something like this, which has a title that is just in your name.
Any day.
Any day. Well,
Yes.
once you get it, go and get the car.
Yeah,
That's
Your Honor. Yes. Okay, thank you.
Perfect. Now, tell me about the computer.
He got in it and took some parts. Here's the estimate what it cost for me to put my computer back together so I can use it again.
To her computer?
I took the parts that I purchased.
Which parts did you purchase?
I took RAM and the hard drive that I paid for.
From what money?
Well, my friend got it for me, but in trade I gave him a computer that I built by hand.
So you didn't pay for this part?
Not technically.
Not technically. And what other part did you take out?
The hard drive.
Isn't that an important part, Bert?
Very, very important.
I mean, I don't know anything about computers, but
That's
a
why
hard
people want
drive,
information.
sounds like a very important part.
More
What
than
made
that,
you
Your
take
Honor.
out the hard drive?
I purchased it.
How much did you pay for it?
30 or something like that.
Why did you take those things out if you knew that it would render the computer inoperable?
Because I paid for it at the time.
You were nasty. So if what you paid for was maybe $30 from all these things and you rendered your mother's computer inoperable, that was pretty nasty. Right?
I guess.
You guess, I'm telling you.
Your
Let me
Honor,
see.
I can tell you where he got the money to pay for it.
No, I don't want the computer, sir. I don't touch those
He
things.
got the money to pay for it. He took my part that he came with the computer. You ask him where he got the money? He sold it to my older son's wife for $100 to do the other thing. Then he took everything out. That's when you ask him about the money.
To put it back to the original way it was when it was new.
How much did you pay for it?
I paid $990.
Certainly, certainly, he had no reason to incapacitate this computer. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You know, you just did it to be nasty. What'd you do with the 2 pieces that you took
Put
out?
them in my new computer.
Put it in
You have
his-
any other children?
Yes, Your Honor. I have one older one, and he turned out pretty lousy. I don't
The
know
older
why
one,
he was
too?
no good. Pardon me?
The older one, too?
Yes, Your Honor, yes.
Yeah. Mrs. Romacek, the car you have to go and get as soon as you get the title. And I suggest, just to be smart, madam, that until you get the car back in your possession, you keep it insured. I would strongly suggest that to you. Do you understand?
Yes, Your
Just to be smart. He's your child. You want to protect your assets. I would suggest you put an insurance policy in effect on that car just to cover yourself. You're not getting any money for doing that, but you are going to get money for the pieces that he took out of your computer in the amount of $245. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
This is case number 161 on the calendar in the matter of Laughlin versus Campbell.
Thank you.
Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated.
Miss Laughlin, you dated the defendant for a brief period of time. He was married at the time, and you claim a series of loans. While he says he does acknowledge that you gave him some money, $1,600, you say it was substantially more than that. He said that that was a gift. He also has a counterclaim for some nonsense that I'll get to in a minute. When did you meet him?
I met him in September of 2001.
Where?
At Atlantis nightclub in Reno, Nevada.
And when did you start dating?
We started dating soon thereafter.
When did you find out he was married?
I found out in a phone conversation about a week after that.
Your Honor, that's a lie.
When did you meet?
Same date she told you, in the evening.
Okay, because you say in your answer that you met New Year's 2002.
Right.
Well, what do you mean right? Was it September or was it in December?
It was in September.
So you made a mistake?
Yes.
You're not going to make any more mistakes?
I hope not.
Good. When do you say you told her you were married?
I told her that night at the nightclub.
Did you tell her you were separated from your wife?
Yes, I did.
Okay. When was the first time that you loaned him money?
January 25th of 2002.
How much and for what?
I loaned him $2,060, and it was for a car title loan. He had a negative checking account, bounced checks. He needed a vehicle, so I loaned him $500 to buy a vehicle from his brother.
Yeah, well, where's the $2,060?
I have it on here on my statements. It's my statements that show the actual amounts of money that I loaned him.
Let me see what you're talking about. Those statements.
Your Honor, I never received any loan.
Just a shh, Mr. Campbell. I let you shout out once. It's the last time.
The
Just
yellow.
a second. Wait. The yellow marks are his?
The yellow marks are the chunks of money that I loaned him. The large cash advances.
No. This is Denny's, Sports Bar, Hilton Hotels.
If you look at the yellow tabs, ma'am, those are the large chunks of money. Those other things were things we did together. Basically, I was supporting the whole relationship.
So what? I don't care if you were supporting the whole relationship. That's your business. You brought this thing. Do you expect this as part of your lawsuit to be reimbursed to you?
The yellow ones, I do, because those were large sums of money that I paid off the bills, and I have the actual
Just a minute. What's C&W Atlantis Casino in Reno?
That's where we met.
$634.99.
That's correct. I obtained a cash advance that date, which
for what?
It was for his storage unit. It was in the rears, and he asked if I would help him.
From a casino? You got this money at a casino to give him?
I obtained the cash advance at a casino, yes, ma'am.
Peppermill Front Desk, Reno.
That's correct.
$165. What is that?
That was actually a party that his friends had in our room. We had obtained a room to spend the night together, and when we came back,
is this part of your lawsuit?
His friends.
Is this part of your lawsuit?
Yes.
Forget it.
Okay.
I want you to forget all the orange tabs, all the blue tabs, all this stuff. If you decide to support this relationship by going out for dinner, by taking out small amounts of money, $100, $200, $500, don't come crying to me. That's your stupidity. If you made a loan to him, then I'm prepared to hear it. Now, you say you loaned him $2,060 for something for his car and title?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that in one lump sum?
Yes, it is. It's the first cash advance that you will find on that statement that's marked yellow.
It's $2,000 plus a $60 finance charge.
Yes.
Okay.
And we paid.
Now, Mr. Campbell.
Yeah.
Let's come to you. Be very careful about your answer, sir. Did there come a time when you had some problems with something that had to do with your car and you needed $2,000?
No, I did not need $2,000.
Did she give you $2,000?
No, she never gave me $2,000. She gave me $1,600, Your Honor.
When?
I believe it was about 2 months after we started dating.
Tell me about it.
All right, we were driving around, and she said she wanted to go out of town for the weekend. And, I was driving her car, and we pulled up to the bank, at her bank. I asked her, what are we doing here? And she said, you need this money to pay off your car, And I told her specifically, I didn't want to do it because I, wasn't employed at the time, and I didn't have the money to pay you back.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
No. And anyways, Your Honor, she insisted, saying that I love you, don't worry about it,
So you're driving around, going away for a weekend, is that right?
Exactly.
And she pulled up in front of, come on, continue.
We pulled up in front of the bank, and we had a, small argument about the money. And I told her, if you wanted to give me the money, that was fine, I would take it. But I could not take it if it was a loan because I could not pay you back.
She's still in the car at this time, is that right? And you said, no, I can't pay you back.
Exactly.
And she said, no, I insist that you take the money because I want to help you.
Right.
Now, did both of you get out of the car to go to the cash machine?
No, just her.
And she was gone for a few minutes and she came back into the car?
Ma'am.
What happened when she got back into the car?
She got in the car and, she asked me for my wallet and I said, what for? And she says, just give me your wallet. So I gave her my wallet and she put $1,600 cash in my wallet and said, here's, for whatever you need to take care of. And I told her, are you sure this is what you want to do? Because that's on you. I can't give you the money back. I can't promise you I'll give you the money back. And she said, no, don't worry about it. I love you. I just want to be with you, and I want to be, you to be happy.
Okay. Shh. Don't say anything. Did you, in fact, go away that weekend?
We did. We left that later
afternoon.
that evening.
Where did you go on your weekend?
We went to Fort Bragg.
You went to Fort Bragg?
Fort Bragg, California.
What did you do there?
Just hung out.
Okay. Had she picked you up at your house, sir, or did you pick her up?
She picked me up.
What time of the day did she pick you up?
It was early in the morning.
And she drove you directly over to the bank?
Not at that time. We hung out and were doing things and whatnot. And, later on in the afternoon, she came up with the idea.
But you had a pleasant morning together?
Yeah.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to, in a moment, get me the name of the best psychiatrists that we can find here, because this man clearly is psychotic.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Boyfriend Sean Campbell owes for a series of unpaid loans. Sean says the money was a gift. He is countersuing for slander and harassment.
Okay, Bird, I want to read you what he swore to in his answer about this $1,600. May I for a moment? I want you to indulge me.
I have nothing.
Mr. Campbell, I want you to indulge me. Stand up and get your hands off there. We dated for a total of a month and a half, and I told her I wanted to end the relationship because I had to concentrate on my divorce and getting a new job. About a month later, she showed up drunk at my house in the middle of the night. She begged me to get back together with her and told me she would take care of my bills. I told her I wouldn't be able to take her back, and she said she was doing it because she loved me and wanted to see me happy. At this time, she gave me $1,600 in cash. Duh!
Yeah, that's true.
What do you mean? This is true? So she gave you $3,200. She gave you $1,600 when she showed up at your house drunk one night, and she gave you another $1,600 when you were driving around on your way to Fort Bragg? Is that what you're telling me?
No, Your Honor.
Well, which story is correct, Mr. Campbell? The story that you just told me, that you were driving around, she went to an ATM, she took out the money. Just listen to this. Listen to how careful he is. She asked me for my wallet. I took out my wallet. She put in $1,600. Or this psychotic drunk woman shows up in his house in the middle of the night and takes out $1,600 and puts it in his wallet. Which story is correct, sir?
Your Honor.
No, I want you to tell me which story is correct. The one you swore to here, or the one you just told me?
The one I just told you, Your Honor.
Now, how am I supposed to tell which one is true, sir? This one you swore to. Now, you may have written your answer some time ago, but I assume if you did it some time ago, then your memory was fresher of the events than it is now at some later time. So how am I supposed to believe anything that you say, Mr. Campbell? Try to explain that to me.
Your Honor.
Mr. Campbell?
We had met at the nightclub.
Forget the nightclub. We're past the nightclub, sir. We're at the $1,600. Was she drunk in the middle of the night when she gave it to you, or were you sitting in a car on your way on a vacation when she gave it to you?
We were sitting in her car. After she came out from the bank, she got in the passenger seat and gave me the $1,600. Actually,
well, where did you get this business with her being drunk in the middle of the night?
That was another time.
Another $1,600?
She had given me...
Go ahead.
She had given, came over to my house in the middle of the night harassing me, saying that she wanted to get back together.
Right,
with me.
and how much did she give you in the middle of the night?
She never gave me anything in the mail.
Well, then why did you say she did? Why did you swear to the fact that she did?
I didn't.
I didn't. Listen, when did he tell you he was married?
He told me he was married probably 2 weeks after we met. The first time we met, he said that he was single.
2 weeks, but you gave him this money well after the 2 weeks.
Right.
So what were you doing? What was in your mind?
I loved him. I wanted to help him. I know. I know.
What do you want from me? Did he go back to his wife?
Yes, he did. Yeah. He did. He went back to his wife, and I have a broken heart. So, you know, there you have it.
A broken heart and a depleted bank account.
That's correct, ma'am.
And the only money you're going to get from him is the $1,600.
Ma'am, I have him on tape.
That said what?
That
Good.
says he owes me the money.
Oh, good. I want to see
can
how
play
much
it?
does he say he owes you? Maybe
he
that'll help me.
He doesn't say how much, but he does admit to it. Can I play it?
Sure.
I don't know why you're not answering your phone, but I'm just calling to let you know that I told you I would try to pay you your money whenever possible. I've been having a lot of problems with a lot of stuff. You know, my work cut my hours, and not making as much as I thought I was. So just to let you know, I haven't been visiting you. I have not been trying to ignore you. I've just been busier than cat covering dog's busy. And, you know, as soon as I can get any money that's extra, I will give to you. I don't have a problem with that. And, you know, for what it's worth, you know, I am sorry for not trying to pay off anything sooner. But like I said, I've had problems. You know, I hope you understand that I do have other responsibilities too, just like you or anybody else. But I'm trying the best I can do, you know, and that's all I can say. As far as you want to sue me, then it's
Blah, 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 blah. Turn it off. So?
That wasn't about this, Your Honor. That was
What
about
was it
something
about?
completely different.
Well, tell me what it's about.
She had bought me some cigarettes, and she was mad because she was broke one weekend.
This is about a carton of cigarettes?
It's about a couple $100 in cigarettes, yeah.
Is that in addition to the $1,600 she gave you?
She had bought me on her own.
There's no such word as boughten.
She had bought.
That's better.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is that in addition to the $1,600 she gave you?
No, it's not.
So that's included in the $1,600?
Yes, it is.
He doesn't
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did you go to school in this
misagreed.
country?
Yes, I did.
She gave you $1,600. You say that this is about something else, about other money that you owed her, and it was about cigarettes, because it says here, I'll pay you back as soon as I can. I have other expenses. So this is not part of the $1,600.
I never owed her $1,600 in the first place.
That's my decision, sir. That's my decision as to whether or not you owe her $1,600.
I owed her roughly $200 in cigarettes.
What did you get $200 in cigarettes for?
Just without the time that we were together. That's, you know, what she had bought for me, you know, when we were together.
Now I'd like to hear about your counterclaim.
Pardon?
Counterclaim! You filed a counterclaim, sir.
During the whole time after, you know, I left her, she was constantly harassing me and my wife, calling me at work.
Tell me how she was doing that, sir.
She was calling my work out, you know, all the time. She had her roommate's boyfriend calling me up at work, telling, you know, asking me questions why I left her. And
anybody asking you about money?
No, never.
That's a lie,
I
Your
didn't
Honor.
hear anything about any money until a month and a half almost after I had left her.
Yes, and what happened a month and a half?
She sent me a letter demanding that, you know, I was committing, I believe, fraud, and that
May I see the
I
copy
owed
of the
her
letter?
Do you want one copy or all three that I
over
sent to him?
I'd like to see all three.
$4,000.
And that's the receipt on top.
Don't get crazed with these little Post-its.
Just trying to be prepared.
I'm interested in something, Ms. Laughlin.
Yes.
You say in these letters that he owes you $4,200, and you're suing him for $5,000. Why?
There has been charges that have incurred since that time. I've just added on the interest as...
You had never had an agreement with him with regard to repayment.
We did have an agreement when he was saying that we had agreed to go. I went to the bank and just decided to get the money that day. That night before, he stayed at my house, and we had decided I would obtain the money to loan him.
How much money did you take out of the bank at that time? Was it $1,600 or $2,000?
$2,060.
That was the $2,060
That's
amount.
correct, ma'am.
Right.
We had made that agreement. I did give him $1,600 for his wallet so that we could go around town and pay his various bills.
And your counterclaim, your counterclaim is for this harassment that she keeps calling you.
That's correct.
She called your wife. Were you present when she called your wife?
I was not.
What did she say
My
to you
wife
when
had
she
told
called
me
you?
that she had followed her
I'm
twice.
not interested in what your wife told you. That's hearsay. I would like you to tell me what she said to you to harass you.
Just that she would do anything and everything to get her money. And, you know, before she even, you know, pursued me with any money, you know, she was telling me and my wife that she would do anything and everything to get me back in the first place, that she loved me, and she didn't care what it took.
Listen, because she has bad taste, I can't hold that against her, sir. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,060. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She just wanted to get me back. She's jealous that I went back to my wife.
I believe the judge realized that he's a liar.
Be careful who you date.
Don't ever get involved with a married man.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Matsko versus Davila, step forward, please.
Painter Rich Matsko is suing ex-girlfriend, 25-year-old school teacher Julianne Davila for breaking an apartment lease.
Mr. Matsko, you and the defendant dated for a while. Then, according to your complaint, you were going to move in together. In order for you to do that, she had to break her lease.
Yes.
And also do a pet deposit where you were living?
No, where she was living.
Where she was living?
Yeah.
The whole thing came to about $2,600. Is that right?
Yes.
Well, she moved in, didn't last. She moved out. You say that this money was a loan, and you want your money back, right?
Yes.
You say he wanted you to move in with him?
Yes.
You had a lease?
Yes.
He said, break it. Let me see if I can put this together, make the story myself, because, you know, it's late and I have other things to do today. He said, break the lease, and you said to him?
I didn't want to.
And he said to you?
Move in with me. It'll be better.
And you said to him, it will cost me?
$2,600.
And you said, I don't have?
The money.
And he said to you?
That he would pay.
Shut quiet, please. I can't hear her testifying. Go ahead.
He said that he would pay it for me.
Right?
To break it.
And that's what happened?
Yes.
And you did that?
Yes, I did.
And you moved in with him?
Yes.
And how long did this romance last after you moved in?
Not even more than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks. You didn't get your $2,600 worth, right?
No.
That's the way it goes. Your case is dismissed.
Now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Alstrom versus Alstrom, step forward, please.
42-year-old house builder Russell Alstrom is suing his father, 66-year-old George Alstrom, for destroying his personal property. George is countersuing for unpaid rent and for stealing his Jeep.
Mr. Alstrom, the defendant is your father.
Yes, ma'am.
And according to your complaint, you rented a house from your father. He evicted you from the house, and before you could get all of your property out of the house, your personal property, he took over the house and either disposed of the property, gave it away, threw it away, trashed it, whatever.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you're suing for the cost of that property.
Yes, ma'am.
Your father says that you overstayed in the house and that any property that was there had to be disposed of, which he did. He is counterclaiming for 2 months' rent and something about a truck or a Jeep that I will allow him to get into. When did you rent this house from your father?
We moved in August of '95.
Who moved in?
Me, my wife, and my 3 children.
And it was an amicable move-in?
Yes, ma'am.
How much rent was he charging you for the house?
$600 a month.
And did you have any other agreement with your father?
That I would repair the house and maintain it
care
in the
of it.
condition that I received it. Yes, ma'am.
And take good care of it?
Well, it hadn't been taken good care of, so I fixed it up.
So tell me what happened that caused your father to evict you.
He was selling the property.
Did he tell you he was going to sell the property?
Oh, it had been up for sale for a year and a half.
And he discussed that with you?
No, ma'am.
Well, how did you know it had been up for sale?
There was a big 4x8 piece of plywood in the front yard that said for sale on it.
And you had no discussion with your father about him selling the house?
At one point, when I said, why don't I fix up the garage apartment out back and we will split the rent after I'm paid back? And he said, okay, that's fine. And I said,
After
what?
you paid back for what?
After I'm paid back for the construction expenses that I fixed up the apartment with.
Now, you did rent it,
Yes, ma'am.
and it was rented, and who kept the rent?
Me.
How much rent was it?
It was $600 a month for the garage apartment, and I had to pay for the utilities out of that.
So then you probably cleared $500 a month.
Closer to $4 because it was the second story, and
Okay,
it was
but-
pretty expensive to heat and cool.
So you had about 3 times as large a piece of property for $600 a month.
Yes, ma'am.
When I say that this was a good deal that your father gave you for the house, I wasn't far wrong. I'm just trying to figure out what caused all the problems with your father.
Yes, ma'am, you're far wrong because when I received the property, it was in abysmal condition.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I'd like to submit some of the pictures that I have when we moved into the property of what it looked like and submit these into evidence. What it looked like when we moved in, because when you say $600 a month, well, that's not a whole lot, but that's what the people before me were paying. One of those is a freezer that was left behind for, I don't know, he had moved out more than 2 years prior to me, and it was just left sitting there with food and meat and all sorts of frozen items in it. I had to dispose of that because of the stench.
Now, when did you move out?
And September the 7th of 2001.
Sometime between 1995 and September of 2001, I gathered that your relationship with your father deteriorated.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, when did he serve you an eviction notice?
In July. I
July-
mean, he had threatened to kick me out
No.
numerous times before.
July what? When did you
20
serve the formal notice, sir? Do you have a
25th?
copy?
It was sometime in June, Your Honor, because the eviction notice stated that he must be out by August the 31st.
Do you have a copy of that?
No, ma'am, I don't.
I do.
Can I see it, please? Okay. Were you out of the property by August 31st?
No, ma'am.
So you overstayed the order.
Yes, ma'am. We tried to get out, but the last week of August, it was just, we were inundated with heavy rains and flooding conditions, which I'd like to submit the headline from the San Antonio Express and News.
You didn't have to submit them. You weren't out by August 31st.
No, ma'am.
So anything left on that property after that time is considered abandoned.
Even though there's an act of God and the headlines read, waterlogged San Antonio, not out of it yet.
What was the date of that, sir?
August the 31st.
The date of that is August 31st?
Yes, ma'am.
Should have been out by August 31st.
We started trying to move out on August the 25th, and so that's why I'll read from this, and this is the headline.
No. Don't read from it the headline. Should have been out. Any property that's left on the premises after August 31st, technically you have been deemed to have abandoned.
No, ma'am. We were still in the process of moving out. We had left.
That's what you say. I'm telling you. You had to be out by August 31st. You want to be compensated for property you left behind after August 31st. It was property that was left behind after August 31st.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you can't be compensated for it, sir.
Okay.
Now, the issue is your father responsible to you financially for things that he disposed of after the court had ordered that you be out of the premises? The answer, he is not. Now, let's get to his counterclaim. When was the last time that your son paid you rent?
This was the last check, and this was issued on July the 27th, and he stopped payment on it. And that was after he had been issued the order of eviction, and he was not out of there even by the 21st of September. That's when I had to put all the stuff in the dumpster.
So you didn't dispose of any of this property until the 21st of September?
Well, no, ma'am. We started probably around the 15th.
Just a second. Why did you stop payment on August and September's rent when you were going to be there through August?
Because I was being evicted, and he wasn't going to keep up his end of the bargain to pay me back everything that I had put into the house. And so I was going to be left holding the bag with all the improvements that I had made.
Well, that would be a judicial determination, which is not before me. So you owe him for August's rent, which was $600. Now,
I would like to question something.
yes, you can stand up.
George, you said you didn't start removing...
Don't speak to him.
He said he didn't start removing items from the property until September 15th. I have proof that on September 7th, when my mother came to help me remove our final cleanup from the property, my mother and I were parked in the driveway. Not only did he block us in with his truck, he blocked us in with the U-Haul. When he opened the back of the U-Haul to check something, I saw our belongings in there. The police were called. It was documented. When I questioned him about one item that was in the back of the U-Haul, he then decided, well, maybe I was right, and threw it out in the yard. And prior to the cops coming, he paced back and forth across the yard, with a tire iron in his hand. And so here I am with my mother and my 14-year-old son, and he's pacing the yard with a tire iron.
Now, you want to give me a quick 30 seconds on this truck that you claim he took, or you want to forget it?
No, ma'am. I had bought a Jeep Commando, which is a classic, bought it from a ranch that was going out of business, and I took it home. He was going to send me the title. I took it home, and I called him and asked for the title, and he said he could not find it. So I went to the state and asked for a lost title. They told me the vehicle was titled in somebody else's name. When Russell moved in, he went to the state, and he found out whose name the title was in and asked the guy to send him the title. He sent Russell the title signed, and Russell had it titled in his name.
When was that, sir?
93, I'm assuming.
You should have sued him then, sir, if you wanted your truck back. You don't wait 10 years later. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. He owes you $600. Your claim is dismissed, sir, for your property, and on the counterclaim, I am awarding your father $600 for the month's rent that you owe him for the month of August. Thank you. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may. Case number 13 on the calendar in the matter of Saraceno versus Saraceno. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Mr. Saraceno, you are currently the trustee and I assume the executor of your mother's estate. Is that right?
That's correct.
And that was relatively recent circumstance because prior to that, your brother was the trustee and executor of her estate. Is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
When did your mother pass away?
She passed away on November 10th, 1998.
It was October 10th.
Or October 10th, I'm sorry.
When your mother passed away, one of the things of value in her estate was a house. Your claim is that the defendant, who is your niece, is living in the house, refuses to pay rent, and refuses to move out of the house.
That's correct.
You are suing her for $1,500 for rent. Is that right?
Yes, I do.
For what months, sir?
I became the trustee on January 10th, so I would want fair rent from January 10th to the present.
When did you first advise her that you wanted her to pay rent?
The beginning of February.
In January, you didn't tell her you wanted rent.
No, I did not.
He's never told me.
Shh. Did you tell her how much rent you wanted?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
How much did you tell her?
$400 a month.
And what did she say when you told her you wanted $400 a month?
She had talked to her father,
Who was your brother?
who is my brother. She told me that he did not say that she had to pay rent and that she could live there without paying rent.
Okay. How old are you?
21.
What do you do?
I'm a telemarketer.
How much do you make a week?
400
How long have you been a telemarketer?
for like 2 months.
What did you do before that?
I did home care for elders.
Who else lives in the house?
My aunt and my cousins.
How many cousins?
2.
Your aunt, is that your sister?
Yes.
Does she pay any rent?
No, she does not, Your Honor.
Is that with your permission?
Not expressly, but as to this point, that would be fine, yes. I don't have a problem with that.
Is there any reason why you want your niece to pay rent?
Because the house has certain bills and obligations. It has taxes that it has to pay.
Why would, I'm just curious, why would you allow your sister and her children live there rent-free and not allow your niece to live there rent-free?
Because my sister has a drug habit, okay? She doesn't have anywhere else to go. The only other alternative is to put her out in the street, and I just don't have the heart to do that at this time.
And
Well, shh, I'm not finished yet. Well, you may not have the heart to do that, but you can understand why your niece says, why should my cousins be allowed to live rent-free in the house, and I not be allowed to live in the house rent-free when my aunt could work just as well as I can. She's a lot older than I am. She could work. And my uncle is letting his sister and her family live there rent-free. I love my grandmother, too. Why can't I live there?
That's a very good question. I have a very good answer, Your Honor.
I'm ready for you,
The
sir.
reason is she just recently moved into that house a couple of weeks ago. Before that time, she had her own house
Who's
that she
she?
was living in.
Who's she? I
My
didn't-
sister Carmela. She had her own house that she was living in, adjacent to my mom's house, and she was living there rent-free.
Your sister was living in another house of your mother's rent-free?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sell that house?
No, it's still in the trust.
Well, is there another tenant in there?
Yes, there is.
So you put a paying tenant in that house that more than covered the expenses on that house.
No, Your Honor.
Why don't you sell the other house?
There's a lot of legal fees. There are bills that have to be paid. There's a $6,600 electric bill that needs to be paid on my sister's house.
Why didn't she pay it? What are you taking that out on your niece for?
I am not complaining about that, Your Honor. I am just stating that her house cannot be sold because of that.
Because of an electric
Carmela's
bill?
house, my sister's house, yes.
It's not your sister's house. You said it's part of the trust.
None of them have been divided yet. She will get a share of that property.
Are the grandchildren mentioned as beneficiaries of the trust?
Teresa and Saraceno.
But 2 grandchildren, but not the defendant.
Correct.
Okay. I just want to take a look at your papers as trustee. of
Okay.
property.
There you go.
Okay. Now, Ms. Saraceno, I have just a few questions for you. Do you work as a telemarketer every day?
Yes.
What do you work hours?
9 to 5.
And you work Monday through Friday?
Yes.
What time do you usually get up to go to work?
At 7 o'clock.
And you report directly to work?
Yes.
What do you do after work?
I come home and I make sure my cousin does his homework and I make sure that his clothes are clean for the next day and then I cook dinner.
You do that 5 days a week?
Yep. Yes.
The reason I ask these questions, which seem rather odd, even to Bird, right?
Yes.
Under the circumstances, is that this is your claim. You claim in your answer that your grandmother's will states that any member of the family, the Saraceno family, who continually puts flowers on her gravesite every Thursday may reside in the residence after her passing rent-free. That's what you say. And that is the basis of your defense.
Yes, but
Okay?
I have
So
this
let
as-
me see that clause in the will.
John Saraceno says his niece, Bettina Saraceno, owes for unpaid rent. Bettina says the house belonged to her late grandmother, and it was her wish that she live there, rent-free.
This doesn't talk about you. You're not Teresa, you're Bettina.
But also right here I have the
This talks about 2 other grandchildren.
Yes, I know.
Not you.
This one I have right here where it's highlighted.
Well, this doesn't say anything about placing flowers on your grandmother's grave every Thursday,
That
madam.
other I know.
Doesn't say anything about that. All right, so that's not a defense. And this section that you're talking to me about says that the trustee has the right to sell the property, let somebody else live there, rent it. So it's within your uncle's discretion whether or not you can live there. You understand that?
Yes.
So there is no defense to this action. You have to either pay rent or he told you to move, which is
He's-
very unfortunate. Which is really very unfortunate, because I really think that you're being unfair and inequitable unless there was some reason you would think that your mother would not want this grandchild to have any benefit from her property. Is there any reason?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is that?
The defendant has a drug habit.
So does your sister.
They both do, yes. And to be honest with you, I would want both of them out. But she doesn't pay rent. She doesn't do nothing. I told her to leave, and she would not do it, Your Honor.
You didn't
asked
answer
her to
Just a
leave,
second. You didn't
and she
answer my question, sir. I'm asking you a question. I expect. Just a second. I'm not going to need this witness. She can step outside. If she needs water, go. Madam, do you need water? Do you need water?
No.
Go outside. Go outside. Don't cough here. Go, 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 go.
Your Honor, ask the question
I'm-
again. I will answer it.
Maybe you'll understand it better if I ask it to you this way. Did your mother have a relationship with the defendant?
No.
You didn't see her?
Very rarely.
Yes, she did.
How rarely is very rarely?
Maybe once every 3 months.
And what about your sister's children? They lived right next door.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did your mother ever give you any indication that she was aware of your sister's drug habit?
Yes, Your Honor.
Excuse me, Your Honor, I live right across the street.
Listen, there is no question in my mind that your uncle is being unreasonable. He would not be unreasonable were he not to have permitted his sister, who he says is a drug addict, and her 2 children to live in the home rent-free. But he is the trustee of this estate. It is his prerogative to tell you to move. That's his prerogative. I don't believe that you had an arrangement with her for rent. You didn't even become trustee until January 10th. And you did not tell her until February that you wanted her to pay rent. Is that right? And there was never an agreement to pay rent by her with you.
Correct.
He didn't tell me he wanted.
Listen, you're not losing, right? So there was never an agreement for her to pay rent. So what you have to do, Mr. Saraceno, is proceed with eviction proceedings against your niece, if that's what you wish to do, because absent a lease, either an oral lease, which you can have month to month, or a written lease, there is no contract, and therefore there is no contract that this court can enforce. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. Case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
We just have friends come over, that's it.
It's like one big crack house, you know?
All parties on Gann versus Gann, step forward, please.
25-year-old legal assistant Janice Gann is suing her ex-husband, shop foreman Kenneth Gann, 26, for their credit union debt, a bracelet, and their son's medical bills. Ken is countersuing for a bike and a ring.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. Yeah, it's case number 376 on the calendar in the matter of Gann versus Gann. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
You folks have been divorced for how long?
February of '98.
So it's a recent divorce?
Yes.
There are several things that you're suing for. Let's take the important ones first. You claim that pursuant to the divorce judgment, you each were to pay half of a credit union
Right.
loan, and that he didn't pay it and you were forced to pay it.
Right.
Was that in the judgment of divorce, sir?
Yes, it was.
Why didn't you pay it? It's not an answer.
In all honesty, I did not have the money to.
Well, that makes it easy. How much did you pay his share?
It was about $1,000.
About $1,000 is not what we do in court. Give me the exact figure.
$948 was the total amount on it.
So you acknowledge you owe her $948. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you pay it?
Yes, I did.
You have proof of payment?
Yes, I do.
Can I see it, please?
It's the statements and then my canceled checks.
Okay. Mr. Gann, do you work?
I'm not working right now, no.
How do you support yourself?
I was working up until a week and a half ago.
Well, if you were working up until a week and a half ago, why didn't you pay this debt?
Well, also, I didn't feel that it was right for her to hold items of mine. I felt that if I could get my stuff back, that had a lot to do with it.
What items?
I have a bicycle.
You talked about your bicycle in your countersuit.
Yes.
Well, why wasn't the bicycle resolved in the divorce judgment? That's not an answer, Mr. Gann.
I didn't get everything listed in there.
That's your problem.
I didn't know that it needed to be listed individually. That we were, in the beginning, we were being very cooperative, and there wasn't going to be any problem with me getting it. Then when I went to get it, she said that she had given it away.
Did you give away his bike?
Yes, I did. After I wrote him a letter, told him to come get all of his stuff. There was no efforts to have anybody make arrangements to get his stuff.
When did you write the letter, approximately?
I wrote the letter on April 27th.
And when did you give the bike away?
It was in June.
Why didn't you go get the bike when she sent you the letter?
I was...
is not an answer.
Sorry. I had talked to her about keeping the stuff stored for me. She said that would not be any problem. It was in the... there's a storage shed behind the house.
Did you agree to keep it for him?
I got the stuff out of storage for him in November. He wanted me to store it for a while. I did. His sister came to the house and took whatever she could. And I said, you have to come back by Friday or I'm going to get rid of everything. And nobody came back. Nobody made any attempts to come get the stuff.
Yeah, you have to be vigilant, Mr. Gann. If you were this bike had such sentimental value for you, you're supposed to make arrangements to get it. It's absolutely no reason to charge it off to this $948 that you do owe her. All right, so you can't make excuses for that. Okay, now let's get to the other thing. Your judgment of divorce, I assume, also provides that each of you shall pay 1/2 of unreimbursed medical expenses. And you claim that you have some unreimbursed medical expenses.
Yes, I do.
Why don't you tell me what they were for and when they took place?
Okay. In August of 97, I took him to the doctor. That was just a copay for $10. In January 15th of 98, he had failed. He cut himself, so I took him to the urgent care. That was $130.15.
Why wasn't that reimbursed by insurance?
At that time, there was no insurance. I was paying for it out of my pocket. In June of 17th of 98, I took him to the dentist. He had a visit for $81. He had a couple cavities. I took him back July 16th, and that was for $150. And I took him back August 20th, and that was $202.
To the dentist?
Yes.
And did you tell your former husband about those expenses?
Yes, I did. I wrote him a letter.
Remember getting that letter?
Up until 2 months ago, I had medical insurance on him through my employer that should cover any of the medical.
Then why you said
okay,
that there was not...
He did not get insurance till after January. So the urgent care, he had no insurance. And then his insurance did not cover dental. I have not been provided anything for dental, just doctor bills.
Your insurance covered dental bills?
No, that's what I said. It was medical insurance.
All right, so that these bills add up to what?
His share would be $286.58.
So why didn't you pay him?
Is
not an answer.
The dental, I had heard about. She had sent me a letter on the dental. As far as any medical, like I say, up until 2 months ago, I had insurance on
You
him.
just agreed that in January you didn't have medical coverage for the
No,
$130.
I did not agree with that. I'm sorry, I did not.
You did not what?
I did not agree that I didn't have. If I did, I misunderstood. Until 2 months ago, I had insurance on him.
She just said in January of 98 you didn't have insurance. You weren't working. Either you weren't working or you didn't have insurance.
My insurance through the Carpenters Union provides up to 3 months after I'm not working for them.
That coverage expired in 97. It did not continue into January. I would have used the insurance if I had.
Of course you would have.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Janice Gann claims ex-husband Kenneth Gann owes her for a credit union debt, a bracelet, and their son's medical bills. Ken is countersuing for a bike and a ring.
Okay. The only other thing here is a bracelet.
Right.
I consider that the least important of your items. From your complaint, you say that at the time of your separation, in order to try to win you back, he went and bought you this bracelet.
Right.
Put it on a joint credit card.
Right.
Not only didn't you like the bracelet, but you didn't like him anymore. You got stuck paying the bill for the bracelet.
Right.
You want him to give you the money, and then you'll give him the bracelet.
Yes.
Where's the bracelet?
It's right here.
Take a look. Why'd you buy her the bracelet?
Well, at that point, she had given me the impression we were trying to work it out, and she had agreed to go to counseling. Also, I had asked her not to
So it was
see-
like a loving present. Let's get back together present.
Yes, I had bought her a bracelet when we first got together, when we were first dating, and it was stolen shortly after I gave it to her.
Uh-huh.
And so during the time we were struggling and separated, I replaced the bracelet that I'd bought when we had first
Well,
started
that's
dating.
really nice, but why should she pay for it?
She was giving me the impression we were trying to work things out. And I had asked her not to see my best friend. They were having somewhat of a relationship. I had asked her not to see him.
Yeah.
Until we found out what was going on, until it was all settled. And she was going behind my back, going over to his house and lying to me about it, saying that she wasn't. She made a promise to me not to do that. And
What's that have to do with the bracelet?
that was in the intention of us staying together.
Well, you didn't say, I'm giving you this bracelet, but the condition is that we stay together.
No, I didn't verbally state it, no.
Good,
but
so you got to pay for the bracelet. How much was this bracelet?
It was $91.65 is what I paid.
Bird. Give her back the bracelet. You don't want the bracelet anymore, do you?
No,
You say?
I don't.
As long as he pays for it, he can have it back. All right. I've already taken care of your countersuit with regard to this long-distance bicycle that you never got to pick up. It's your responsibility to pick it up. You got to be responsible with everything. With your child's medical bills, your child's dental bills, the loans that you take out together that you've obligated yourself to pay. You know, you got to be responsible. Now, what's with this ring that you want?
That ring was given to me, actually not given to me, I was to hold it for safekeeping. It was not my ring, and when we got married, she said the only way I could keep it around was if I let her wear it. And so I agreed to let her wear it. And, but the person that gave it to me for safekeeping wants it back.
That is the biggest crock I ever heard.
That is 100% honesty.
Let's see what you say about this ring.
When we got together, he already had the ring. I knew this. He had told me he had bought it for somebody else.
That's
Fine,
what he said.
everybody
I
has a
wanted
past.
to return a ring that she wears that belonged, in the past tense, to my ex-girlfriend.
When he gave it to me when we first started together, he had said it was his. He had bought it for somebody else. It was not until after he gave it to me, we went down, had it sized to fit me, that I found out it was somebody else's.
How many years ago were you given the ring for safekeeping?
About 5.5 years ago.
Let me see the ring. So for 5.5 years you wore this ring?
Yeah.
And he gave it to you?
He gave it to me, yes.
And you had it sized for your finger?
Yes, I did.
And you claim somebody gave it to you for safekeeping?
Yes.
When was the last time you were asked back for this ring?
About a year ago.
If this old girlfriend of his comes to you for this ring, give it to her.
I will.
Until that time, wear it in good health. She gets the ring. Did I take care of everything here in this ridiculous lawsuit?
Yes.
How old's your child?
He's 5.
You see him
Yes.
regularly?
As regularly as I can.
What does that mean?
I only have a motorcycle for transportation, and I cannot go and pick him up.
How far away do you live from each other?
About 10 minutes when you're at your sister's.
10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You ever hear of Abraham Lincoln? You know how many miles he walked to school every day?
I actually don't live where she's saying I live.
I don't care whether you live there or visit there. Make it your business to visit at your sister's 10 minutes away, to go to see your child on a regular basis. Take your child out to the park, take him for a walk, take him out for a soda or an ice cream, let him know that you haven't deserted him and stop making excuses. I only have a motorcycle, I'm waiting for this, I'm waiting for it to rain, I'm waiting for it to be nice, I'm waiting for me to get a new apartment. Waiting. You have a 5-year-old child. When was the last time you saw him?
October 3rd.
That's a long time.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. People, Judge Judy. Janice Gann claims ex-husband Kenneth Gann owes her for a credit union debt, a bracelet, and their son's medical bills. Ken is countersuing for a bike and a ring.
Who are you?
Pete.
Pete what?
My boyfriend.
Are you his former friend?
Yes, still am.
Still am. Well, I don't know if he thinks you're his friend. Step up here. Step up here.
When he comes to me asking advice on how to fix his truck, his bike, I consider that a friend still.
No, well, that's good. You have children?
Yes, I have a little girl. She's 3.
Does she live with you?
No, she lives with her mother.
And do you two live together?
Yes.
You good to her little boy?
I'm very good to him.
Good. You don't prevent him from coming to visit, do you?
Never.
I suggest you do that. That's all. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,326.23.
Right.
That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Out the back door to your right, please.
I ended up losing a friendship and a marriage all at once, and money and items don't replace that.
I'm just glad it's over and I can get my money finally.
Even though you may get hurt, you still got to trust people and hope for the best.
And now the next case.
All parties on Jones versus Lehman. Step forward, please.
25-year-old secretary Wendy Jones is suing her fiancé's ex-wife, Alicia Lehman, 25, for making withdrawals from her fiancé John Lehman's bank account. Alicia says John is behind in child support.
Miss Jones, this is your boyfriend?
Fiance.
Fiance. And you're his former wife?
Yes.
How long were you married?
We were married for over 6 years.
And you have children together?
A little boy.
And pursuant to your divorce decree, you had certain debts that you had to pay from the marriage, and he had certain debts he had to pay for the marriage, and you fell behind in your payment for debt of those debts. Is that right?
Correct.
And you, Miss Jones, were foolish enough to join your income with your fiancé's in a joint account.
We didn't have a joint account. It was strictly my money in that account.
No. Once you put money in two names in an account, then it becomes a joint account. And what happened is one of the people that you owed money to went in to this account and took out $142.
Correct.
And that's your lawsuit.
Correct.
You say that that $142 was mine and caused me all kinds of trouble, and I want it back.
Correct.
Wrong. If you have a joint account with somebody, institutions can go in and take that money. Nobody is going to go through your bills and accounts and your paychecks to see who deposited what, where, and when, and say, well, this was her money, this was his. Nobody's going to do that. Now, how long were you together before you had this joint bank account?
About 6 months. She got notification from the bank on 2 occasions. Her attorney told me this, that they were going to remove the funds from our account, and she did not say one word to us about this.
Why should she?
I think out of courtesy, she should take her share of the responsibility for him.
Oh, you're absolutely right. He should be in your place.
The reason was it was my money.
Under the banking rules, even if a husband and wife have a joint bank account and one of them puts all the money into the account and the other one is just there because they're there, either party can go in and withdraw all the funds. If I have a joint bank account with one of my children and I put all the money in there and one of my children says, this is nice, I need a new car, they can go in and they can take all the money out, because joint means joint, lumped together. They don't separate it. So if he wants to sue her, he can. But then if he was standing here, I would ask him about child support, because she talks about child support in her answer, right?
That is correct.
That he doesn't pay it.
No.
How much does he owe you in child support?
Over $2,000.
Dollars. Not wampum or some other monetary value. $2,000.
That is correct.
So then if he was standing where you're standing, I would say, don't bother to sue her. Not here, anyway. Because the most I would do for you is take off the $142 from what you owe her. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Call 1-888-800-JUDY. On the internet, judgejudy.com.
Now, the next thing you're suing her for is $500 for some sort of lost wages.
Correct.
Let me hear about that.
When we got notification that this was going on, it was Thanksgiving Day. So first thing Monday morning, I went to the bank with him to try and get this straightened out, because they were my bills. It was my power bill, my water bill, my rent, and all of those things that were coming out of that money that were going to bounce. So when I got home, I had been talking with a staffing agency about employment in the offices. When I got home, there was a message on my answering machine. He as well heard it that said, we've got the job opening for you, call us immediately. I got home, I called them, I tried to get hold of them. They said, well, she's in a meeting, she's in a meeting. When I finally got her call back from her, she said, you weren't available. We offered the job to somebody else. They needed somebody right away. So I missed that opportunity for that job that I had been trying to get for like the previous month.
I didn't even have to respond to that. Your case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next judge.
Case number 554 on the calendar in the matter of Frawley versus Shapiro. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mr. and Mrs. Frawley, you and Mrs. Shapiro are next door neighbors, I assume. Is that right?
That's correct.
According to your complaint, Mr. and Mrs. Frawley, the defendant's gardener caused some damage to a cover of a trailer that was on your property.
Correct.
And you want the defendant to pay for the damage to that cover. Additionally, you say that you were forced to put up 2 separate fences on your property, separating your property from the defendant's property, and you want her to pay for half the cost of those fences. That's what your case is about. The defendant has a cross complaint that you maliciously cut down a branch of a tree that was very precious to her, and she says that you have been harassing her, so she has a counterclaim. So this sounds like a very untenable situation for people to be in, neighbors who don't get along. So let's hear about the problem with this tarp cover that was covering your trailer.
Well, on December 18th of last year, my wife and I returned home from work and noticed our travel trailer cover had sustained damage. We noticed or examined actually the height and the pattern of the damage and concluded that it was caused by the exhaust of a gardener's leaf blower.
It had burned like a 4-foot-long hole across the cover, and you could tell that it was a burn mark.
Let me see, you have pictures of it, I assume?
Yes, sure. That's it.
Okay, so you came home and you found these burn holes. What did you do?
My husband had seen four gardeners on our driveway before when he happened to be home from work a day when they had come, and he had asked them not to stand on our property because their backpack thing actually put some dents in our trailer. But when he mentioned it to them, they just kind of acted like there was a language barrier, like they maybe didn't understand.
So you had seen them standing on your property, blowing the leaves on the defendant's property through her property.
Well, I only observed them the one time, and there was an individual standing on her property and an individual standing on my driveway. And I asked the one standing on my driveway if he could conduct his business from her property, and he appeared as though there was a language barrier.
Right.
Okay.
So when this incident happened, though, I actually typed up a little note and put it in her mailbox, just asking her for the name and address of her gardeners, because they should have been the ones that we needed to address this issue with, and she chose to ignore my request.
You did receive this note.
I did. So when that went unacknowledged, I said...
Why, just a second, why didn't you acknowledge this letter?
I thought it was harassment.
You did? Why would you think this was harassment?
Because it's been going on for some time.
Prior to December 19th, when had the plaintiffs communicated with you?
I have a dog that I walk every morning. They had acquired a very small terrier, allowing it to go to the bathroom on my front lawn. I ran outside and asked her to never let that dog go on my lawn again, and she grabbed me. I thought that she perhaps would throw me to the floor, to the grass.
When was this, Mrs. Shapiro?
It was last fall. I can't tell you the date.
What month?
Well, we'll say November, October. I don't know exactly.
October, November. Prior to that, had you had any difficulty with the
Yes,
plaintiffs?
they cut the tree. I have pictures here. They cut the crown out of the tree.
When was that?
That was in June or July.
Okay, so you had the tree and you had the dog, months apart. But this letter is very clear. This letter says, please provide us with the name and address and phone number of your gardener because he has damaged our property.
I ignored it because I thought it was more harassment.
Okay, go ahead. What's next?
Well, then I sent her a certified letter return receipt, and she refused to pick it up from the post office. So then I sent one via regular mail so that I would have all my bases covered.
Okay, and you did in fact receive this letter asking for $280.25.
I didn't receive it as certified mail.
No, you received it as regular mail.
As regular
And did you
mail.
do anything after you received this letter?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, then we ended up putting up a wood fence just because we could tell that with no help from the defendant, there was no way we were going to be able to protect our belongings from future damage without preventing them from walking on our property completely.
Let me see.
So this was the $1,400 we spent on the wood
I'm not
fence.
interested in the $1,400 fence. I'm interested in a picture of the
pictures?
fence. Okay, so now you have a fence up, so there's no more problem with the gardener.
Correct.
Good. That saves a lot of trouble. Nice fence. She's not going to pay for it. Put it up, you pay for it.
Okay.
What's next?
We ended up having to put up a chain link fence to protect the rest of our property because there was an incident where some stuff was stolen from the side of our house.
You don't think Mrs. Shapiro did?
No, I know she didn't do it.
Of course. So you put up another fence, and you also want her to pay for half of that fence.
Correct.
But that's not going to happen. Okay. Okay. Now I'll hear you, Mrs. Shapiro, with regard to these holes that were clearly burn marks Did you discuss it with your gardeners?
I did discuss it with my gardener. I don't see my gardener. They come when I'm at work.
Well, then you have to be responsible for it. If you didn't make an inquiry to your gardener as to what happened, they have reason to at least believe, based upon what they had previously observed and based upon the burn marks that are in their tarp, that it happened as a result of leaf blowing and the hot exhaust coming out of the back of these machines. They asked you, please find out what happened. You clearly responded to them, I'm not doing anything. If you refuse to give them the information, they have no recourse but to sue you. Now I want to get to this tree business, because that's really what I consider the gravamen of your countersuit, which is that they cut down a tree that was on your property. Well, let me hear about it.
They didn't cut it down, Your Honor. They cut the crown out of the tree. That's the center part of the tree that grows the highest. It's a specimen tree. It's full grown. It was given to me by my nephew shortly after I moved into the house. This nephew is a very precious person, was a very precious person to me. He was dying of cancer, and he said to me, Aunt Jeanette, every time you look out your front door, you'll remember me. And so to me, it became a symbol of a tree of life.
Well, let me see what they did, Ms. Shapiro.
This, the pictures, Your Honor, were taken on the early part of March after I received the summons to appear. The damage was done in June or July of last year.
What, was the tree hanging over their property?
Some of the tree did hang over the property, but not that part of the tree.
We didn't trim anything that wasn't hanging over our property, Your Honor. Why would we trim the crown of her tree? That doesn't make any sense.
Karen and Brett Frawley claim their vehicle cover was ruined by neighbor Jeanette Shapiro's gardeners. Jeanette claims the Frawleys mutilated her tree.
Go ahead.
It was a full tree, and now it is in a V. It was even more drastically cut when it was first done. It's had 6 months.
Well, it grew back.
Yes, but the crown is gone. You can see
That
the V
may be,
there.
but if the crown was hanging over their property...
It was not hanging.
Well, I can't tell that. I can't tell that.
I understand that.
And if they did that in July, why didn't you register a complaint in July?
Because I thought this was just more harassment. I don't communicate with these people.
Why not?
Because she shouts at me.
Just a minute. You said, listen, in July, this was the first thing that you told me that happened.
It goes further back. It goes maybe a year or two further back, when she called me to her driveway and said to me, I want to talk to you, Jeanette. I walked over there, and she says, tell your gardener not to blow any leaves on our lawn.
So that's not harassment, Mrs. Shapiro.
I said, if you want to talk to the gardener, please, you have my permission to talk to the gardener at any time.
They don't speak English.
I don't know that they do or not speak English.
Well, he said he tried to speak to them, and there was a language barrier. So I assume when he says a language barrier, he means that they don't speak English, because he speaks English. Very unfortunate. In any event, I have no proof that whatever they cut from your specimen tree was not hanging over their property. It's impossible to tell from these photographs. But since you refused to give them the information which would have allowed them to pursue your gardener, you have to be responsible for the damage yourself. You have the bill?
Yeah, it's in that letter. It was the original amount that we had asked her for, the $280.25.
Judgment for the plaintiff, $280.25. Thank you.
Excuse me one moment.
Yes, just a minute.
I'd like to show you a picture of my side of the fence. There are 3 signs that are posted on my side of the fence that say, keep out, no trespassing. That's on a front patio of mine. I would like to have those removed. That's right in direct line of my front door.
Well, maybe her gardeners know by now and we could take it down.
Well, then let's talk about that, because these 2 signs, keep out, private, posted, are really unattractive. So why don't you take the signs down? It would be nice. She would like that.
Sure.
And I can understand that it faces her front door and it doesn't look nice. This just looks like a nice neighborhood. Got it?
No problem. I got it.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
That tree was a very, very precious tree to me.
We tried to be cordial with the neighbor.
It means a great deal. It was actually a tree of life as far as I'm concerned.
You live and learn, I guess.
And now the next case.
All parties on Denon versus Avalos. Step forward, please.
40-year-old poet Cheryl Denon is suing her ex-boyfriend, 38-year-old steelworker Thomas Avilas, for the down payment on a car. Thomas says the vehicle was a gift in return for teaching her to drive.
Ms. Denon, according to your complaint, you met the defendant while you were online in a chat room. And at the time you were married, you began a relationship, I assume, on the computer with the defendant. Is that right?
Correct.
And then there came a time when that relationship developed. You ended up terminating your marriage, or your husband terminated your marriage, and While you were in this relationship with the defendant, after you and your husband separated, you claimed that you loaned the defendant $2,500 as a down payment for a new used car.
Correct.
That's not true.
Shortly thereafter, you decided that he wasn't right for you, and you terminated the relationship with him. You and your husband are now back together. You want your $2,500 back.
Correct.
When did you first begin to have this chat room relationship with the defendant?
I would say about December of 1998.
Okay, and when did you first meet him?
Possibly maybe 2 or 3 weeks later.
And when did you and your husband separate?
We separated in 1999.
When in 1999?
August.
At that time, did you begin a relationship with the defendant?
We had a relationship going on and off the whole time.
Okay.
And the reason for my husband leaving was because of that.
When did you give him this $2,500?
December of 2000.
When did you separate from him?
About 3 days before Christmas.
So within weeks of giving him the $2,500, is that right?
Correct.
And tell me about the conversations that took place prior to you giving him the $2,500.
Well, we discussed that we were, quote unquote, going to be a couple, and that he was going to teach me how to drive.
You didn't know how to drive?
No, I don't know how to drive. And he was going to help me regain some independence, which was good. And at first it was spoken that when I lent him the $2,500 that he was going to pay me back.
She said it was a gift.
Shh. Don't.
He said that he was going to pay me back when he got his income tax. Then, like maybe a few days later, we talked about, hey, well, we're going to be together. What's yours is mine.
Who said that?
Both of us.
So you said that?
No idea.
Yes, you did, Tommy.
No. You said that. You said you both said it. So you said it. What's yours is mine and what's mine is mine. Right?
Yeah.
Well, isn't that the way it works? I can't say it any other way. What's yours is mine and what's mine is yours? That doesn't even sound right. Okay. Did you have any discussion with him about the $2,500 when you decided to terminate the relationship?
Yes, I did. He came over to my house maybe before New Year's, and he had Christmas decorations in my window, and I was not home. He took all the Christmas decorations out of my house that he had put into my house, which I would have returned them to him anyway. I did not want to keep them, okay?
Okay.
And I had come home, and he was there.
Well, did you ask him at that point about your $2,500?
Yes, I did. And he said to me, don't ask me about that if you want to be friends with me. And I thought that was very stupid because I was not going to be friends with him when there's other circumstances why I didn't want him that I found out later through the relationship.
Okay. Mr. Avalos.
Yes.
Let's talk about this car. Under what circumstances do you claim that she gave you this $2,500?
Your Honor, we had a deal. You know, we had a car accident. We had mentioned in my car.
What do you mean we had a car accident?
She was in the car with me in my van, and we had a car accident.
But you were driving?
I was driving.
So you had a car accident?
Okay, well, she was in the car with me.
She was in the car with you, but you had the accident?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Okay, so at that time, she made a suggestion, why don't you go buy a new car? And I said, where would I get the money for that? She said, well, look, let's make a deal. I will give you the $2,000 for a down payment, and you will teach me how to drive, and it'll be our car. I said, sure, that would be fine.
Okay.
Okay, so we go to the dealer, we pick this car out. I said, I really can't afford it. She says, look, I'll help you with the payments. I said, oh, you sure about this? She said, yeah. Now, she gave me $2,000. It wasn't $2,500.
I assume she's going to be able to show me that she took out or she wrote a check for
I don't think
$2,000.
so. No, she gave me cash. She gave the dealer cash.
I would assume you have the receipt for that. Does somebody have the receipt for what you gave to the dealer?
Sales slip has been returned.
To where?
To that dealer. When I took the car back, saying
right,
I can no longer afford this car.
How much was the entire purchase price of the car?
$5,000.
Is that right?
Correct.
So on Christmas Eve night, I had a call from her husband stating the fact that she's back with him now.
Okay, so they're back together.
And he would be around to pick up her things. So they came around the 26th, picked up things that she had at my house. Her husband had stated on the fact that he was going to come around and pick up the things, said, keep the car. We don't want it. If they were going to pick up half the car or come and get the car, they would have came and said something to me on the 26th.
Did you just say they're going to come and pick
Well,
up
you know
half
what I'm saying.
No, listen to me.
Okay.
Look, You're not receiving.
Yeah, sure.
Did you just say to me that if they were going to pick up half the car, they would have come
I
and picked
meant
up half
to
the
say,
car?
if they were going to say anything about the car, he would have came around on the 26th and said, we want the $2,000 back.
All right. Mr.
They never
Avalos,
did that.
listen to me. You just cooked your own goose. You said to me, your agreement with the plaintiff was this was going to be your car as a couple.
Right.
And she was going to, according to you, put down not only $2,000, but also help you with the car payments.
But they told me to keep the car. They said they didn't want it.
They
said
don't
didn't
want the car.
Right.
They don't want the car.
So I took the car back.
What do you mean you took the car back? You never gave it to them.
No, I took it back to the dealership.
Fine. And what did you buy?
A cheaper car that I could afford.
How much did you pay for the cheaper car?
$4,000.
And how much later? 3 weeks after you purchased it?
Yes, about 4 weeks afterwards. It was in
You never
January.
like to say you're right. All
It was
right.
in
So
January.
4 weeks after.
Yes, Your Honor.
You brought it back. How much did the dealer give you for the $5,000 car towards the $4,000 car?
$2,500.
All this you don't have any proof of. You have no paperwork, you have no nothing.
I have the
you're
owner's
coming-
card.
You know you're coming to court. You know, usually people bring paperwork when they come to court.
He kept the paperwork for the other car, so I don't have the
You
paperwork
make
for the new car.
copies. So if you have paperwork for the new car would have shown how much money he gave you for the old car.
True.
Good. Now you're getting better. So you used, according to you, $2,000 of her money to purchase this car that you are currently driving.
Yes.
And according to you, Mr. Avalos, this was supposed to be your car as a couple, right?
Yes, but on Christmas Eve, she devastated me. She said she no longer wanted to be the couple, that she wanted
Well, how
to
do you
take the
think her
car
husband
back.
felt?
Well, he's the one that told me, he said, keep the car.
I wasn't talking about the car. I was talking about his wife.
They were divorced.
Because of whom?
Not because of me.
Because of the two of you.
Not really.
That wasn't because of you.
No.
When you started to
They
have
had
this...
problems long before I came.
Well, that's what she told you when she was talking to you in the chat room, but they were still married, right?
True.
True. All right. You got to give her $2,000 back. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step back. This is case number 12 on the calendar in the matter of Pierce versus McCombs Pierce. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Mr. Pierce, the defendants are your daughter and son-in-law.
Yes, ma'am.
Your lawsuit consists of two parts. The first part has to do with an old debt, and that is a debt that stems from purchase of a washer and dryer. Several years ago, according to you, your daughter needed a new washer and dryer. You agreed to put it on your credit card, and according to you, the arrangement was that they would pay the credit card charges. You ended up paying for the whole thing because they were paying sporadically,
Yes, ma'am.
and they've never paid you back for that.
No, ma'am.
Second part of the lawsuit is you claim that sometime more recently, either or both of them used your ATM card without your permission and withdrew, I believe, $2,700?
It was actually just a little over 25, ma'am.
And you want that money back.
Yes, ma'am.
How much was the washer and dryer?
The actual purchase price was $726.
Okay. Who wants to talk?
I will.
Go. Let's start with the washer and dryer.
Washer and dryer, I was told that it was going to be a gift to us for our wedding.
Who told you that?
Sue and Chuck.
Really?
Yes.
When did they tell you that?
It was the day they bought it.
Did you ever tell them that?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Now, I don't care, sir, whether you didn't know that this was a loan because your wife didn't tell you, because I've got her answer. But don't lie to me, because clearly this was never given to you as a gift with a statement by your father-in-law that it was a gift because your wife acknowledged that it wasn't a gift. Is that right?
That's correct.
Now, she may not have told you that at the time.
I found out about 2 weeks ago.
I understand that. But don't lie to me and say he told you it was a gift.
Him and his wife both told me that it was a gift.
Why would they tell you it was a gift when it was not?
I don't know.
Did you have some sort of an arrangement with your daughter not to tell him?
No, ma'am.
Now, what arrangement did you have with your father?
I had told my mother and my father both that I would make the payments, and then Mike and I ended up splitting up, and I could no longer make the payment.
So they bought the washer and dryer when?
Around the end of '97.
Okay. And you and your husband broke up when?
Around the beginning of '98.
Had you made the payments up until that time?
I'm pretty sure, yes.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so?
And so I told him I could no longer make the payments, and
I told him he could have it back if he liked.
Well, what was he going to do with it?
I don't know.
Whatever he wanted.
Well, how much do you think the store was going to give them for a used washer and dryer?
He was so
He could've
desperate to get
sold
it
it.
back. He had more than an opportunity to come and pick it up.
What was he supposed to do with it?
Whatever he felt like, he could have put it on top of his house.
What do you do
He
for a
wanted
living?
I'm a delivery driver.
What do you deliver?
Newspapers.
I mean, don't you fail to see the logic in your response? Let me ask you this, sir. You own a car?
No, ma'am.
Did you ever own a car?
Yes, I have.
Did you buy it yourself?
Yes, I did.
Did you buy it new or used?
It was used.
Did you pay it off?
Actually, yes, I did.
So let's say you buy the car January 1st of 2000, and you buy the car for $1,000, and you drive it for 6 months, and you find that you can no longer make the payments. So you say, I'm going to take the car back. Now all the debts is cleared. That's it,
No.
I'm taking the car back.
I never had any
No,
written...
no. Just pay attention to what I'm saying to you. You think that that's what a car dealer does? Takes
No.
the car back and say, thank you very much, you couldn't afford it, we're really sorry.
No.
No, because once you take out a car, it depreciates in value.
Yeah, and I have a written agreement also with the car, not with the washer.
You don't need a written agreement, sir. You don't need a written agreement to have a contract. You can have an oral contract as long as there is an offer, which was made, and acceptance. That's what makes a contract. See, I just taught you something. Now, when did you get back with Mr. Charming?
And it was probably like 7 months later. 8
So
months
7
later.
months later, you got back together. Did you start to make the payments then?
I don't believe so, but I think it started in December of last year till either February or March. I was making payments to my mother of $50.
Is that
every
right?
day.
I believe so.
So how much did she pay off in total? You have to tell me, sir. She sounds to me like she made a lot of payments.
Actually, probably, I would guess, probably $700 or $800.
That would pay off the washer and dryer.
Just a minute. That paid off the washer and dryer. If you're guessing, did anybody keep receipts? Anybody keep money?
I don't handle the finances in the family, ma'am.
Well, who does?
My wife does.
Where is she?
She's at home at work.
Forget washer dryer, as far as I'm concerned. You did the right thing, according to your father, and if you paid off $700 or $800, he's guessing, and you don't have any records, I assume the washer and dryer is paid off. See, you're home free. Now, who took the ATM card?
I did.
Why?
Because me and my wife were in some financial problems.
Well, tell me how you took the credit card.
I got it off the kitchen counter.
You walked into your in-laws' house and you just took it off?
Yes.
Did you tell your wife about it?
Yes, she knew about it.
What'd you tell her?
I told her that it was something that we discussed and we put the
Tell
money...
me what the discussion was, Mr. McCombs.
That we would take their card, take the money out, and then put the money back as soon as we had it. And that's exactly what we did.
You stole money.
Yes, and I put it back.
You stole money. How did you get caught?
I guess he got his bank statements and noticed that there was a couple withdrawals on there that weren't from him.
Show me the money that was withdrawn by them.
Here's the copies of the actual bank statements. And the amounts are highlighted, ma'am.
How do you know that these are their withdrawals?
I'm a long-haul truck driver. I'm not home during the week. And as we determined, they were all done at approximately the same time.
I see. 7-Eleven. Is that where you took the money from?
No. Took it from Washington Mutual Bank, their bank, to avoid a surcharge.
Where did you take the money from?
Washington Mutual
I'm not
Bank.
asking you. Where did you take the money from?
I believe I did it once, and it was at 7-Eleven, I would believe.
Father agreed not to prosecute these charges. Is that right?
Apparently, yes.
What do you mean, apparently, yes? What does that mean?
We're here and not there, so apparently...
They're talking about a long time ago, madam.
Yes.
And what was the arrangement with your father with regard to him agreeing not to prosecute?
Mike made the arrangements with my mother. And my
Which
mom,
was?
Ask him.
I'm asking you.
That he would be responsible to pay them back the money.
Now, why isn't your wife here, sir?
She was unable to come down because of her job.
Is it possible she didn't want to come down here and confront her daughter?
Could have been.
Did you discuss that?
Yes, she was hoping to be kept out of it to save her relationship with her daughter.
Time to bring up.
Excuse me?
No, just a talk her and her mother had last night.
Which was?
which is if I didn't stand up, he would make my mother choose between me or him.
Who's he, your father?
Yes?
Parents been pretty good to you?
Her mother.
Her mother.
But she wasn't asking you.
That was the smartest thing I've heard you say. That was the smartest thing I've heard you say so far. You probably ought to say it more often.
Charles Pierce says his daughter Rose Pierce and her husband Michael McCombs owe for a washer and dryer. Charles also says they used his ATM card to steal money.
Now, your arrangement was that you would take responsibility. You have a memory lapse with regard to how much money you took out of your in-law's account. The fact that you stole from them and you knew that you were stealing from your parents is really an outrageous thing. I know that you probably paid a lot more in service charges and credit charges over this 726 with regard to the washer and dryer. However, Mr. Pierce, since you don't keep good records and your wife is not here, and since your daughter did in fact make an attempt to pay and did, according to you, pay at least $700 or $800, I am wiping out that debt. However, I find that they are responsible for unauthorized withdrawals from your bank account in the amount of $2,536.50. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Just happy to see justice done.
It's pretty sad. You have to come to court for it.
I expect people to honor their word and pay their debts like they should.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Summer versus Bree. Step forward, please.
53-year-old property manager Stephen Summer is suing the mother of his son's former friend, 49-year-old nurse Jan Bree, and her son, 17-year-old Joey. Stephen says Joey, together with his son, 16-year-old Chris, stole his credit cards and ran away.
Mr. Summer, it is your claim that your son and the defendant's son stole your truck, stole your credit cards, took some cash out of your house, ran away to Vegas or something, had a spree. Not once, but twice. And you want the defendant to pay for half the damage to the truck, half of the credit cards that they built up on this little jaunt that they had, and also half the cash that was taken from your house.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. So, for the time being, I just want the two boys right up where you are, and the parents can sit down. All right, so let's get to the first occasion when your father's truck was taken. Tell me about that, Christopher.
I was in my house, and Joseph was staying over at my house, and I just was fed up staying at home, so I wanted to leave and asked him if he wanted to come, and so we left.
And tell me about your father's credit cards.
I took a couple of his credit cards.
I want to know how you did that.
Out of his wallet.
Where was his wallet?
In our office, I think, Your Honor.
Who went into the office?
I did, Your Honor.
Alone?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what did you do with the credit cards?
Put them in my pocket, and then we left.
Where did you go?
Towards Las Vegas, Nevada.
Did you ever end up there?
Yes.
When was the first time you used the credit card?
A couple hours after that night in Anthem, Arizona, at a Bank of America.
And how did you use the credit card?
We stopped at an ATM to withdraw some money.
You stopped the car.
Yes.
And when you got out at the ATM, what did you do?
We had the money, and then we left after that.
When you say we had the money, where did Joseph stay?
He was in the truck.
He stayed in the truck while you went and withdrew the money?
Yes.
And then you kept going?
Yes.
When did you next use the credit card?
At a gas station, maybe 3 hours away.
So all told, you used the credit card and you stayed at a motel?
In Las Vegas, yes.
And then did you go home?
Yes.
Voluntarily?
We stayed at a halfway place, and then our parents came to pick us up.
Did the police stop you?
Well, we came out of the hotel, and the police were waiting there.
And then your parents came and picked you up?
Yes.
I would assume that they had a serious discussion with you when you got home?
Yes.
But then you got bored again?
Yes.
When did you get bored again? How much later?
A month later.
So tell me what happened.
I was there, and then I just got tired of it, and so I left in my dad's Mazda truck.
And when you left in the truck this time, did you take any of your father's credit cards?
Yes.
Where'd you get them from?
His wallet.
Again?
Yes.
And where was his wallet?
In his bedroom.
And where were the truck keys?
The truck keys to his Mazda was in his pants pocket.
And where was your father when this was all going on?
He was sleeping.
So what time did you leave?
11 o'clock that night.
And you went and picked up Joseph?
Yes.
Well, tell me what happened when you got to his house.
I got to his house, and I parked alongside of his road, walked up to his house, and his light was on. And I went and knocked on his window, and he had his stuff, and so we left.
What stuff?
Some clothes and...
Well, had you made arrangements with him before to
Yes.
take off again?
Yes.
Well, tell me about that. When did you call him and tell him you were going to take off again?
Earlier that day,
What did you say to him, and what did he say to you?
I just said I wanted to leave and asked him if he wanted to go, and he said yes.
And you took off again. Where did you go this time?
Towards Chicago, Illinois.
And how many days later did you get stopped?
3 or 4 days later?
And you used your father's credit cards all during that time?
Yes.
And you got stopped by the police again?
Yes.
So, Joseph, you want to tell me how come you went along for the ride twice?
I was in a lot of trouble, and I was in trouble with my girlfriend. I was in a lot of trouble at home, and just kind of wanted to get away from there because I had nothing to lose, that kind of stuff. That's about all. I was rebelling, I guess.
Now I'll take the parents. No, you stay up there, Christopher. You're involved. Mr. Summer, did you have any conversation with Mrs. Bree with regard to her repaying you for any of the damages to your truck or anything else?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me what kind of conversations you had with her.
Basically, Your Honor, I summarized all the charges and accumulated all the debts and payments and everything that were expected, and I put together a concise list that I expected to have Joy reimburse us for his 50%, and I felt they were equally responsible for these events. And I presented it to her and asked her that she review them, present them to Joy, get his approval or disapproval, have him sign a promissory note to repay all of the charges, and I would continue that debt to be paid.
And what did she say to you?
She said, I'll go home and we'll review it.
Mr. Summer, let me tell you what my feelings are. I read your complaint very carefully. The defendant's answer suggests that her son was just along for the ride. Well, I don't think that's entirely true, Miss Bree. The problem that I have, Mr. Summer, with your complaint is that while you may not have been on notice the first time that your son had a propensity to steal your property, certainly after the first runaway, you were on notice. And it seems to me from what your son tells me that you took no extra precautions, like putting a lock on your car so that it couldn't be started, like making sure that the keys to all of your vehicles were at a place where he couldn't get them, to securing your wallet, because it would seem to me that but for the fact that all of these things were left as accessible to him as they were the first time, he wouldn't have been able to get into the car and to make arrangements with Joseph to run away again. I mean, I'm not saying that he exercised good judgment. I mean, you have two idiots. They're two idiots, but they're two 17-year-old idiots. You have the ability after the first runaway to secure your cars and secure your cash and secure your cards so that your son wouldn't be in a position to do it again. And I know it's a terrible way to live, but for the fact that these things were so accessible, we wouldn't be here today.
They were inaccessible, Your Honor, in my estimation.
How were they inaccessible if you did it?
The keys and the wallet were in my pants, and they were at the head of my bed, and he had slid into the bedroom in the dark and broken down a lamp that had a hook on it, and he hooked the pants and slyly dragged them out of the room and confiscated and took the keys to the Mazda.
Did you get your life straightened out?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Have you?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
You two boys still friends?
No, Your Honor.
You going to school?
Your Honor, I went to a quasi-military camp for 5 months, Your Honor, and I graduated from high school with my diploma and my GED, Your Honor.
Okay, and what about you?
I am still enrolled in school, Your Honor.
Going?
Yes.
You still got the same girlfriend?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Haven't run away since?
No, Your Honor, I'm an explorer for the Phoenix Police Department now.
Well, at least they got you involved in something. Anyway, Miss Bree, let me tell you what I believe you are responsible for. I believe you are responsible not for $2,500 worth of charges for all of that, but I believe that your son used half of what was spent on the credit cards just for their jaunts. He knew it was the wrong thing to do. And he spent, and he ate, and he slept, and he drove in a truck that had gas, and that's going to cost $187 because that's half of what the credit card bills were. It's judgment for the plaintiff. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out on the calendar in the matter of Crowder versus Lee.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Have seats.
Ms. Crowder, it is your claim that the defendant's son was playing football and broke your car window.
Yes, ma'am.
And caused you to have your coat cleaned, which is, I assume, this coat that is laying across the desk. The defendant says it wasn't him. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. When did this happen?
December the 7th, I believe.
Are you neighbors?
Yes.
What time of the day or the evening did it happen?
Around 3 or 3:30.
Did you see Daquan break the window?
No, I didn't.
Who did?
My witness, Jason, did.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me your name, sir.
Jason Gurley.
Tell me what you saw, sir.
They was playing football out there.
Who was playing?
Zaquan. Over here, and he had the football in his hand. And when he threw it, Derek had tipped it.
Tipped it? What does that mean?
Like, catch, but not really catch, because it went through his fingers, and then it hit the back window, and then him and Eric ran behind the building.
Was it just the two of them playing?
There's about like 2 other people out there.
Well, how many people altogether were playing football?
4.
And you know this young man from before this
Yes, ma'am.
happened? How do you know him from before?
He came over my house, played video games with my little brother.
And the other young man who tipped the ball, who was he?
Friend of theirs.
Had you ever seen him before?
Yes, ma'am.
So you knew both boys?
Yeah.
You never had any trouble with Daquan, did you?
Nah, never.
So you're not here because you have any sort of bad feeling?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so now I'll hear you, sir.
Yes.
So let me hear what happened with the ball.
We came outside. They said they was playing football, so we started walking up the street, and it was like a whole bunch of kids outside. They was up there playing football. Somebody threw the football, and all we seen was Jerome hitting the ball towards the window. The window broke. Everybody just ran behind the building, and Derek was like, because Derek was right beside me and Eric. We was walking up the street, and Derek was like, well, we're not gonna walk up there because he didn't want to get blamed for it. So we turned around. We went upstairs, and Derek went to his house. Me and Eric went up to my house.
So it's your testimony that you weren't playing football at all?
Nah, I won't even. We just came outside when it happened.
Then how would you know Jerome hit the ball?
Because we was right there. We was looking at everything that happened.
Oh, but
Is it shh, don't speak to him. Is it possible, sir, that you made a mistake?
No, ma'am. I know Zaquan.
You know him?
Yeah, and I seen him with my own eyes.
What did you do after you saw this happen?
I had left.
When for the first time did you tell Miss Crowder that you had witnessed this?
When I had seen her, but somebody else had already told her.
When you saw her, was it later that day or was it on a subsequent day?
Later that day.
And what did you tell her when you saw her later on that day?
Well,
So look at
Zaquan
me.
had threw the football and broke a window. She was like, well, I already know
What did she say she knew?
that the window was broken. He had did it. Because I'm a friend with hers from high school.
Why do you think he would make up such a story, Daquan?
I really don't know, but to tell you the truth, he wasn't even there when it happened.
Well, how do you know he wasn't there?
Because when we was coming outside, he had came back later that day, and then my mom talked to his mom because she tried to blame it on him at first.
Blame it on who?
On Jason, said that Jason did it at first.
Who tried to blame it on Jason?
Jasmine.
Is that right?
No, ma'am. Actually, I was trying to find out who exactly was outside so I could know what happened. I didn't blame it on anybody. I just want to know who was outside.
What makes you think that at first she was trying to blame the witness?
Because his mom came and knocked on my door and told me to come outside. At this time, my mom wasn't home. So I went outside, and we walked up there. She was questioning me and whatnot. Somehow she said she caught me in a lie, but I don't know what kind of lie she caught me in. So after this, I told her that I gave her my mom's number. We got it all situated. Then we walked back to my house, and his mom and my mom talked or whatnot, and she was like that she tried to blame it on her son, and he wasn't even there.
Who was this young man?
This is Eric.
Was he with you that day?
Yes, he was.
Step up, Eric. Were you with Daquan on the day that this happened on December 7th?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me where you had been.
I went to his house to go get him so we could play football. I saw people out there playing.
Oh,
We heard.
very slowly.
Oh,
You went up to his house to get him so that you could go play football.
yes, ma'am.
Did you take a football outside with you?
Oh,
Did he?
no.
So there was already a football out there.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you go downstairs after you picked him up?
Yes, we went downstairs.
And what happened when you went downstairs?
We was walking on the street and we heard a loud noise. And then we decided to walk back.
Why did you decide to walk back?
Because Derek was like he ain't want to get in trouble, so we decided to walk back too.
Who's Derek?
Somebody that stays in the neighborhood.
So there were 3 of you walking there.
Yeah.
Well, what made you think you were going to get into trouble if you heard a loud noise?
Because I seen everything that happened. Only thing I didn't see, because he had a playhouse where the ball was coming from. Because it was like a whole bunch of kids over there too. It wasn't just 4 kids. It was like a whole lot more kids outside.
So you heard the loud noise and you turned around and left.
Yes.
You didn't see what happened with the football.
No.
When you were walking back, did he say anything to you about what he had just seen? Because evidently you didn't see anything.
No.
He didn't say, I just saw a window break?
We wasn't worried about it. We just went back to the house.
Why?
Hold on. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You went to his house with your other friend for the purpose of going to play football.
Mm-hmm.
Then you turned around to go home.
I heard the loud noise.
What kind of noise?
It was like, psh. It was like a glass breaking.
So that you heard?
Yeah,
So
I
you were
heard.
close
I
enough
ain't-
to hear that?
Yeah, but I ain't see it.
You didn't?
I didn't.
But he says he did.
Yeah. I seen the ball going across the air, and I seen it hit it and everything. Then Derek seen it too. Derek was like, we're not walking up there because he didn't want to get in no trouble. So we turned around and walked back.
Okay. Have a seat.
Jasmine Crowder says neighbor 16-year-old Zaquan Lee broke her car window with a football. Zaquan says he's being framed.
Anything else, Miss Crowder?
I don't know where they were walking to, but I had pictures of the parking lot. There's no way from their apartment building that you could see where my car was parked and a ball hit it. That's just not possible. Because it's a full parking lot, there's cars, and it's a big distance. So there's no way you could have seen something like that.
Let me see the pictures.
The one with the playground behind it, that's how it is going this way from my building, because my building's the last and it's facing up the street.
Now, your car was parked in one of these spots right near the playground?
Across from the playground.
Right.
Yeah, across the street from the playground.
I mean, we're not talking about something that was done purposefully, whoever did it. We're talking about an accident, right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Crowder, do you have any other evidence?
No, I just brought my coat. Said you see, it was a purpose that I had to get it clean because of all the glass and stuff.
Look, I have to be satisfied before I make a determination that this young man actually caused the damage, which was clearly, whoever caused it was not purposeful. It was an accident. And I have two witnesses, both of whom appear to be credible on this side. While it's possible that he said that he saw what he thought he saw instead of just seeing these boys run away, I'm not prepared to call these two young men liars. I would have to say that I am convinced, more so than not, that these two young men were responsible for something that was clearly an accident. I wish I could, because I would like you to be able to be compensated by the people who caused the damage to your car, but I'm not comfortable with making a determination that it was him, this young man, who was also there to play football. I'm not comfortable, Ms. Crowder.
What they're saying isn't even making sense. Just like the same day I approached him about it, I didn't ask him if he did it. I asked him if he was outside. He gave me several different stories. First, he was outside, but he didn't see it happen. Second story was Eric came and got him, so he didn't see it happen. I mean, several different stories. Now he's sitting here saying that they were walking up the street and he's seen it and they turned around, but they don't know why they turned around.
Yes.
My question is to her when she called me to ask me what had happened. I asked her clearly, did she see my son do it? She said no. So how can you blame somebody for something?
Oh, well, Miss Lee, that's very, very easy. She evidently spoke to some people who said she saw your son throw a football that eventually landed on her car. Now, let us assume his statement was accurate, that he threw the ball and he threw it to somebody else and the other person didn't catch it properly, but it touched their hand and it bounced off their hand onto your car. That's what he's saying, right? That's what you're saying, right? If I were thoroughly satisfied that he was responsible for the accident, I would absolutely order him and his mother to take care of your damage. Quite frankly, I'm not. So your case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Crap. Everything went just as it should.
He knows he did it.
I'm satisfied.
I mean, the whole thing is crap. He did it pretty much. He can continue to lie to his mother and whoever else, but he did it.
I think I shouldn't get blamed for something I did.
बैठ पे चल कोई भी नहीं है हम ही तीन है नहीं है कोई नहीं है बैठ
ओए रुक 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 हाँ ले जा
लौंडे कहाँ पे होंगे
ले जा ब्रोकन बनते हैं थोड़ा
अपार्टमेंट
वहाँ पर भी नहीं होंगे
अपार्टमेंट में रोजक 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 चलते हैं यहाँ पे होंगे
ड्रॉप लूटी है तूने
वो ड्रॉप लूट के क्या करेंगे रोजक चलते हैं
चल चल तू चल भाई तुझे किसी ने रोका
भैंस की टांग 100 लौंडे होते हैं 3 किल करके घूम रहा हूँ बड़ा नूमरेक बन रहा हूँ बहुत तरीके वाह ये जानबूझ के कैसे ड्राइव किया है कोई नहीं कर सकता मेरे सिवा गलती से हुई है बहुत तरीके हंसा ना कर जो मैं बोलूँ जी जी बोला कर
जी जी बस जी क्या ना बोल ना रुक पहले इसकी बात सुनते हैं इधर आ जाओ नंबर 2 इधर आ जाओ
किसकी बात नंबर 2 की
ये पता नहीं वेट पिलाना ढिमका ना ना तू पहले हमें बता तसल्ली से।
बाबू
एक रुपया दे दो। नंबर 2 1 रुपया दे दो।
ये ले भाई, ये ले।
भाभी जी भाभी जी 1 रुपया दे दें।
भोसड़ी के ऐसा ना कहे, फिर अपनी गन्ने दे देगी, सारा कुछ दे देगी। इधर आ, ये ले। भिखारी से भीख मांग रहा है।
मैं फोरेक्स ले रहा हूँ बस।
ये ले उठा ले।
हो गया।
सारे रख
मैंने
ले।
1 रुपया मांगा तूने 4 दे दिए।
मुझे पता ना भिखारी के पास ही भीख होगी, तो इसलिए साले।
तू बड़ा अमीर है कसम से, बड़ा अच्छा भाई है यार, तू मुझे
क्योंकि
बहुत खुश रखेगा।
अबे साले तू मेरी लुगाई है, मैं तेरे को खुश रखूंगा। मैं खुद सिंगल घूम रही
बोल
हूँ।
क्योंकि क्या
कुछ नहीं।
वैसे यार ये तूने बंदे कहाँ किए? तू ना रोजोक में बंदे ना उधर।
ये लूंडे गए किधर यार? वो साले मशीन गन के साथ पेल रहे हैं, ऐसे वैसे कैसे कैसे पेल रहे हैं। गाड़ी किधर गई अपनी यार? गाड़ी ले आओ यार।
अरे हाँ मैं तुझसे यार एक शायरी बोल रहा था जॉन साहब का यार, जॉन एलिया का।
जी अरशाद।
तूने मेरी शायरी नहीं सुनी यार। नहीं अब मैं नहीं सुनाने वाला।
अरशाद। चाचा बशीर अभी साथ कसाई भी बोल।
शेर क्यों सुनेगा? वो बहुत बड़ी हो जाएगी यार।
कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, सुना दे भाई।
वो जब अभी तक मैंने सोची नहीं है, जब प्रपोज करूंगा किसी को तब कहूँ।
तो भाई मेरे को सुना दे, मैं किसी और को कर दूंगा, ये सेम डेडिकेट कर दूंगा।
हाँ सुन ले, वो कहते हैं कि है मोहब्बत हयात की लज्जत, वरना कुछ लज्जत हयात नहीं।
वाह।
क्या इजाजत है एक बात कहूँ वो, मगर खैर कोई बात नहीं।
वाह अरशाद।
बस ना, और कितना सुनना है तूने?
तूने कहा बहुत लंबा हो जाएगा, इतना लंबा था?
ना
बढ़िया है यार, बहुत अच्छा है। ओए आ जाओ तुम्हारी बहन नु, किधर हो? कोई साढ़े नाली पंगा ले लो। चलो हमें क्या भाई, कांटे लगे हुए हैं। ए गुड बढ़िया। बैठो। नंबर 4 भाई, तेरी तो मियाँ खलीफा नहीं पीलती है जिन्होंने आजकल तू जूते खा रहे है। पचम गांडी इधर आ।
बात सुन। बात सुनिए ना, कहाँ से लिए यार?
ये पता नहीं है। ओ यार मेरी एक गर्लफ्रेंड थी आज से 4-5 साल पहले। मुझे 14 साल की उम्र में पहली बार मोहब्बत हुई थी। तो वो मेरे को फट्टू बुलाती थी, मैं उसको चमकांडी बुलाता था। तो वो ना एक आदत बनी हुई है लड़कियों को ऐसे बुलाने की।
वैसे यार सच बताओ, ये नंबर 2 में बहुत ज्यादा स्टेमिना है कसम से। मैं किसी को थोड़ा सा बोलूं वो मुझे छोड़ कर चली जाती है।
आर यू सीरियस?
यार बात सुनो, या तो ये लड़की नहीं है या फिर जो है इससे
ये तो मेरे को भी पता है भाई। महाराज ये तो हमको भी पता है कि ये लड़की नहीं है। क्योंकि जो वॉइस जो मैक नहीं ओपन करता ना, वो मैं उस पर यकीन नहीं करता।
अभी अगले मैच हमारे साथ नहीं खेलेगी फिर।
वो नंबर 4 इतनी दूर यार, वो लड़की बनाने क्यों है जो फिर घोड़े बहन के लो। कसम से इतनी पड़ी है यार, वह कसम से गाड़ी में बैठो।
गाड़ी में पड़ी है। नोबे गाड़ी उठा, आजा नोबे आजा, आज तुझे मैं ले जाता हूँ, इससे ड्राइव करके आजा।
चल मैं हूँ चल मैं हूँ।
क्या है?
इधर नहीं है।
फ्यूल भी खत्म करवा ले, फ्यूल खत्म करवा ले।
बहुत सड़ी के।
हाँ क्या?
कोई दिक्कत नहीं, टेंशन नहीं ले, मैं हूं ना। जो होगा सो तुम्हारी बेटी बनवाऊंगा। यार साले को इतना मारा
यही
है।
तो बड़ी दिक्कत है कि तू है यार। मेरी भी लगी कसम से, हेड नहीं लगी लेकिन लगी।
भाई यार ऐसे तो ना कहो ना कि तुम्हारी भी लगी है, ऐसे को तो यार।
तो अगर मैं वीडियो
हाँ
तू देख, मैं जो है ना वीडियो बनाऊंगा तुझे दिखाऊंगा फिर।
ओके कर।
वैसे यार ओए नूब, सॉरी सॉरी एक बात के लिए बात सुन।
सॉरी किस लिए?
वो मैंने व्हाट्सएप में तुझे मैसेज किया इस वजह से।
कोई दिक्कत ही नहीं है, क्या हो गया? व्हाट्सएप वैसे मैं इतना यूज़ नहीं करता।
वैसे ना तूने वो स्ट्रीम का बताया था, मैंने बोला शायद लिविक में तू कर रहा है, सॉरी लिविक बोल रहा हूँ, टिकटॉक में कर रहा है।
सबको पता है जब मैं
बोल रहा हूँ यार ये क्या।
टिकटॉक पे आता हूँ मेरी डिवाइस जो है वो कांपना शुरू। ओ गाड़ी 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 गाड़ी,
कहाँ?
ओ पूरा स्क्वाड, ए पूरा स्क्वाड, ये देखो। जाने दे जाने दे जाने दे, बॉस लेके जाने दे। अबे साला छेड़ना जरूरी था उन्हें। भाग अर्जुन भाग 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 भाग, वो इधर ही आएंगे। गाड़ी में आओ, गाड़ी में आओ, ब्रिज कैंप करती ब्रिज के।
ओए नो, मैं तेरा क्लिप पे रिकॉर्ड करता हूँ, वेट कर वेट कर वेट।
अबे बैठ
ओए रुक, तू भाग।
बैठ ना चमकांडी।
वो वीडियो के ऊपर का
भाई
नहीं तो चमकाना था, मैं था।
फिर बात सुनो। अरे बाप यार, ये बोर्ड फेयर दे रही है यार, ये गलत बात है। एनिमी को पहले बता रही है कि हम आ रहे हैं।
वो प्रो है ना।
ये भैंस की टांग, आता तो हम यहीं पे मरेंगे। ओ भाई इतने लोंडे इवेंट पे। लगने कन्फर्म है भाई, तैयार हो जाओ।
ये भी था नूब।
जी जी भाई। अभी रुक, मेरी खुद
ना छोटा भाई।
भाई अभी मेरी खुद की ऐसी की तैसी पड़ी, एक मिनट रुक। अगर मैं मरा ना, मैं गन्ने गन्ने गाला कटना नहीं, मैं तुम्हें दस रहा।
पिछली बार मैं आखिर में बचा था, आपने गंदे गले नहीं दी यार।
मैं इस बार दूंगा भाई, इस बार मेरा दिमाग खराब हो रहा है। रुक, 6 लोंडे हैं, 6 में से 3 तो इधर हैं, तो 2 और किधर हैं? भाई मैं तो खेलूंगा प्लान के साथ। ए प्लान 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 बी प्लान बी। पहले बाहर वाले को पकड़ते हैं साले को।
चल तूने कहा अभी देख, तू मेरा स्प्रे चेक कर, मैं हैक करूं ठीक है।
साला मेरे को छेड़ आई।
इस बड़वे ने 12 किल कैसे की है मां की।
ए भाई जाके एमके को बताओ कि नूब मलिक कौन है यार, किस बला का नाम है नूब मलिक यार, जाके बताओ यार एमके को बताओ।
ओए नूब कसम से आप जो है ना, ये मुझे नजर नहीं आया।
भाई मैं प्रो प्लेयर हूँ यार।
तू चुम्मी ले ले, इधर आ जा इधर आ जा।
ए साले सलील लोंडे, गंदी गंदी बातें करे। तू दे
बिग फैन ब्रो, बिग फैन।
तू दे चुम्मी।
बिग फैन बिग फैन।
ये सच मुझे दे दी। बट तुम दोनों ही गलत हो बे, शरीफ लोंडे को खराब कर रहे हो तुम दोनों मिलके। देख यार एमएम, देख मेरे को खराब कर रहे हैं ये लोग यार। इधर वाले लोग, इधर हम से 3 ही हैं, निकलो यार यहाँ से।
ओए ना तू गलत कर रहा है, चल चल निकल निकल।
इधर है कोई नहीं तो क्या करेंगे?
हर जगह जा रहे, बंदे खत्म हो रहे हैं यार।
क्योंकि प्रो प्लेयर हूँ यार, बिना देखे लोगों को पेलता हूँ ना।
वो तो ठीक, कसम से नो सच बताओ ना दिल से, ये स्प्रे गंदा था कसम से, बहुत गंदा।
किसका भाई? ओ सामने गाड़ी, सामने गाड़ी, सामने गाड़ी, सामने गाड़ी।
मार्क तो कर, सामने भी तेरी कौन से सामने गाड़ी है? इधर घोड़ा जा रहा है।
साला किसको छेड़ा है, कहाँ पे छेड़ा है बता तो सही। कवर तो ले ले।
वो घोड़ा था, भाग रहा था।
ए घोड़े वाला आके मारेगा।
आप ये आ रहा है, घोड़े वाला
आ रहा है, मार्क नहीं लगाएगा
यार। ये रहा, यहाँ से आ रहा था
साला, ये मेरे को मरवाएगा।
भाग रहा था यार। एक बंदा गाड़ी।
Mark the location.
एक बार वहां तक
आगे ना जा ब्रो, ना जा ना जा।
अबे मेरे अंदर का प्रो प्लेयर जाग रहा है, मैं फिर क्या कर सकता हूँ? लोंडा की तरह मार्क लगा दो।
मैं कहां से तेरे लिए मार्क लगाऊंगा? एक मिस्टेक में होगा शायद। अभी शायद है क्योंकि पिछले बार कंफर्म था जब तुझे मार दी।
अम्मी हाँ बहुत देर के माँ की कसम छोड़ दे भाई नहीं है छोटा भाई नहीं है अम्मी यार बच गया वो थोड़ी हो पहन दो
नुबे डिवाइस बहुत लैग कर रही है। नुबे डिवाइस कसम से लैग कर रही है इतनी तू बहुत। इस पीछे वाले
पीछे संभाल आगे वालों को मैं देखता हूँ ये साला अभी आएगा सेफ जोन में।
पीछे वाले की कंफर्म लोकेशन मेरे पास नहीं है वरना इसको
वो नंबर 2 उसके सिर पर ही है।
वो तो आगे वाले पर है।
अबे ये वाला लोंडा ये रहा।
Marked a location.
तो रश करते हैं
तो जोन ही तो इधर ही है ना हमारे खिलाफ है। इधर आ तो ड्रॉप के पीछे चलती हैं लोकेशन लेते हैं ड्रॉप की। इधर आ ड्रॉप पे आ जा बेस्ट का ड्रॉप ही है बस।
नो वाले पीछे अब पीछे वाले मार रहे हैं हमारी लग रही है कहां से।
अम्मी 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 भाई ये माफ कर दे यार।
Marked a location.
साला भाई जो आ रहा है मेरे को ही पेर रहा भाई। साला तो मियां खलीफा नहीं पीलती यार।
दो दूसरे आ रहे हैं उसके पीछे उधर से निकल जहां भी है तू नहीं वहां से।
एक गया भाई। साले एक की तो ऐसी की तैसी।
दूसरा भी गया। एमो चाहिए
ले एक और भी गया। तेरा था ये वाला
बड़े भाई ना मेरा नहीं था।
कौन
5 की तू
कसम में मेरे पास टोटल ही रुक भाई 5 की एमओ भी तू रख ले स्कालारी तू रख ले मेरे को चाहिए ही नहीं।
ये लास्ट बंदे को पकड़ दोनों वाले को इसकी मां की घोड़ा पकड़। ओ नो स्मोक कर यार थोड़ा स्मोक कर इज्जत तो दे।
इज्जत दूं मैं गाली देने के चक्कर में था यार। ओ हैवी यार ये क्या है
यार ये अच्छी है आज के बाद नो ये हमारी बात है।
साले मेरे सामने प्रो प्लेयर फेयर है।
तेरी नहीं है अभी
किसी तरीके ना यहाँ तक पहुँचना है। यहाँ
तू मंजूर है
किसी तरीके यहाँ तक पहुँच जाओ। ये सबसे बेस्ट कवर है। क्या दूं
तू देख 5 एमओ
बहुत तरीके मैं इसलिए 5 की गन ही फेंक दिए। बच्चे हर जगह पे इजी नहीं लेते हर किसी को।
कैसे बच्चा बोल सकते हैं
प्यार से यार।
हाँ प्यार से।
ओए ये मरा क्यों नहीं।
टन थोड़ी अब तेरे पास CW है मैं एक जल्दी पर
ये भैंस की मेरे को बचा ठाकुर मेरे को बचा कवर के पीछे ये वो आ रहे वो तेरे पे आ रहा है। गन को हाथ पे कर ले मार कब मरेगा। कितना बेकार गेम आ रहा है यार तू। मेरे को पकड़ मार मुक्के कर इसको।
तो तू रिवाइव ले तू कर मैं नहीं करता।
एक और है एक ऊपर है वो मेरे को दिख रहा है।
वो तू मारना
अबे भाई मेरा जवाब है मैं हबीबी
We are number 1.
Habibi, don't come to no more clothing.
I'm Tamashi.
नाइंसाफी कर रहा हूँ सर।
चलो ठीक है यार, अभी ना मैं चलता हूँ क्योंकि लाइट अभी भी आई है तो बैटरी ना 10% रह गई है। तो फिर मिलते हैं सपने सड़कों पे, कभी गेम पे, कभी हमें ही। ठीक है, हेलो अभी भी। अच्छा यार, थैंक यू सो मच यार मेरी लाइव स्ट्रीम पे बने बैठने के लिए। थैंक यू सो मच। बाकी मैं ये सब दोनों मैक नहीं ऑन कर ले, मैक ऑन कर लें तो फिर मैं चला जाऊँ। टाइम क्या हो गया है? 10 का। ओहो 10 का टाइम हो गया है। आवाज़ नहीं आ रही। अबे यार तुम लोगों का ग्लिच है, कोई ग्लिच पता नहीं क्या सीन है। ये भी नहीं आ रहा। ये था कौन? अच्छा यार मिस वाइटी, हेलो। चल ठीक है यार, मैं चलता हूँ। तो फिर मिलते हैं कभी सपने या सड़कों पे। ओके बाय, अल्लाह हाफिज़, टेक केयर, बाय बाय।